Cool.
So that might happen.
I'm sure our viewers are excited to meet them.
You won't.
Well, then I guess they're just disappointed for no reason now. Otherwise, hey, welcome back. Because guess what? We've been live for like a whole 60 seconds. Yeah. Today's Tuesday. This is Moonrise Day. My whole day has been thrown for a loop because this is the first day that we took our dog Daisy to daycare, so she can make friends and socialize and be a happier dog. And my wife and I both continue to have moments where we're stepping out of the office, go do something, like, oh, let's say hi to Daisy first, and she's not there. So we're having that parental withdrawal of what it's like to drop your kids off at the first day of school. Very weird. Other than that, we're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. And since we had a lot of stuff to do, someone tell me what happened last week.
Well, okay, so a big wolf howl, and apparently Nikolai is supposed to be the leader of a bunch of Lycans that have decided to come in pretty quickly. They all hail from Direjocht, and all of them are citizens, although there are only around 30 of them here. Gwen and Nikolai naturally go check it out while everyone stays hidden to listen or try to listen. Apparently, these Lycans were kind of semi-willingly changed and embraced their curse in order to protect everyone from the impeding dangers, aka the crystal. Nikolai decides to roll with it, and although he doesn't want to turn into a Lycan, he will accept their help to defeat at least the crystal that the group saw across the river. Or in the river, really. So, some Lycans go as scout. Kenna follows, making sure they don't do anything not great. And the rest of the group follows on to the battlefield, where they quickly get into a scuffle. What is that much plan? Lycans move forward, while Lars, Edelweiss, and Nikolai stay a little farther back, and it pretty much turns into the Lycans are taking care of the big threats, and the rest take care of the smaller things. And that's about it.
Anybody have anything else?
What really bare bones is this?
All good to me.
Bare bones is fine. Again, I'm a big fan of just hitting the narrative points.
Yeah.
Oh, Portia is not on the field. That's important. She's safe.
Portia has been sent away.
She wasn't right away.
Because boulders are scary.
And so is sneezing out blood.
That too. Okay. Well, if no one else has anything else to add, we're just going to jump right back into the thick of it. Does that make sure the proper music is playing? And it is. And we're just starting off in the initiative order with Nikolai.
Okay, let's see. Quickly reorientating myself. Yep.
Well, I mean, here, allow me to just not cold drop you in like I just did, which is very rude. So, as Edelweiss mentioned, the pack of Lycans, which are represented by the 3 swarms of Lycans further to the north of you, have engaged with a large number of the Blood Crystal enemies, decimating all the bigger hulking monsters. Their leaders have sort of broke off and have encountered a... it is just a red slot token, but that was mostly because last week I knew I wanted this creature to exist, but I didn't get a token for him in time. Which is another amalgamation of bone and blood and muscle that has been fighting the 2 of the leaders of the werewolf pack and Gwen, and it has been revealed that it can in fact harm Lycans in a lasting way. The Lycan packs are tearing through the hordes of blood monsters relatively well. However, while a lot of you have remained on the flank, the crystal, anticipating this, has sent a small swarm of the blood scamps behind to attack, most of which have been disposed of, but a small handful remain. And that is where you are, Nick.
Okay. If I were to throw my kinetic slam at one of these two, they'd have cover, right? Because
Yes.
respectively above and below.
Mhm.
But this one probably wouldn't, right?
No, he still does, just less.
Just less. Ooh. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll move forward. Two squares. Yeah. That's okay. I'm going to bonus action, seeing on myself, and then kinetic slam with an extra D10 on this one. Up.
Okay.
That
Scams
makes
don't have a
all the
super
buttons
high AC.
pressed. I clicked it. Let's see how well Roll20 does today. Oh, not that bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably gonna hit. For a whopping 17 damage. And despite the Scam's best efforts, is not going to survive the impact, as it is just splattered into bits of flesh and bone and blood all across the snow.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
Yeah. 55. It's gonna get to the edge there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's his turn.
Edelweiss.
Bullet Scamp's still alive, I see.
There are 2 left standing.
Because I'm above ground, I'm above them. They don't have any cover, yeah.
So this one, just due to dimensions, because remember these are about 10 to 15 feet. So this one you probably can't see until you get right up to the edge and look down at them. This one you can.
Do I know they are there?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. They're making noises and they're fighting and being scampy.
Okay. Okay, we're going to... How much would I have to move up to make sure I get a sure shot at it?
Just within 5 feet of it. Just, you gotta get up to this edge.
But it's not like 5 feet because, like, it's above...
Well, yes,
like,
not within 5 feet of it, but on the map, you have to
Okay.
move to one of the squares within 5 feet of it to be able to look down over it.
Okay, I'll blast it. It was my first shot.
Okay.
Or try. My rolls are still bad. So that's not gonna knock it out.
It is gonna hit it
Almost.
though. But it is not going to.
And second shot, not gonna hit.
No, it's gonna hit it. It has no cover,
Okay.
so it is going to burst from the force of the spell, and it is no longer going to remain, leaving only one scamp.
I don't know how much movement you use, but the rest of it will go backwards towards Kenna.
I mean, that was literally 5 feet, so you got 25 more feet, and you can get almost right next to Ken.
We're all opening up Roll20 on the laptop, so
Yeah, that's all good.
weird right now.
I am managing you. You guys aren't in exactly super difficult position where every little square counts. Gwen, on the other hand, that's a different story. Which we'll be getting to in a second. Because it's Edith's turn. And we're just gonna continue having a werewolf slap fight. Apparently, no, we're not. That's a 1. That's a 3. Okay, a 17. That'll actually hit.
They were doing awful to begin with, weren't they?
Yes. That's the part that makes this fun. It's like they don't want to hurt. It's like they don't want to hurt their friends.
It's like that if you've ever seen the Pokemon movie where the Pikachu is just slapping each other, except like that one, they're both just missing. They're just whiffing.
Yeah. Oh no, hang on. Well, that is not Olev's HP. Calm down. I gave him 473 HP instead of subtracting that.
No.
That was not correct. We know who the captain is now. Well, that's all Edith has got. No,
So
it was just
dominant.
Noah, who's still on his trail of excellence all the way over yonder. Swarm 2 is literally just going to run over this thing.
Bop it. Twist it.
No, hang on, no. They want to make sure they kill it, so they're actually...
Kill it.
Yeah, yep. They're going to. And I have to go get my automatic dice roller out for the absurd amount of D4s that need to be rolled to deal damage. You know, in weird worlds, they could all just be ones, but you know, today's not that day. Okay, well, it's the swarm's turn. The singular scamp. In this particular position, the man's only got one choice. He's going to skitter up the cliff and like a rabid dog come running on all fours towards the group of you. And when he gets within range, he's going to bubble and boil and pop and then literally explode. I need Modahain, Kenna, and Edelweiss all to make dex saves.
That's a 16 plus 4 for 20.
Success. Success from Edelweiss. Kenna?
Yeah, I'm reading. 1 second.
Okay.
Did I hear it was a success from Lars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
Moda-
a 14.
Okay, also a success.
Okay.
All three of you have succeeded. You will more or less see this thing run at you, it beginning to like sort of expand and pop and boil. And when it gets near, you all just dive into the snow and it explodes, showering the area in viscera and bone shards. You all managed to avoid being hurt
Nice.
as it kills itself.
That was
I was
a
gonna
pretty
use-
epic fail.
I was just gonna human shield Lars if he failed.
I do want to see that get used. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
President, get down.
Mhm.
I considered using it last session, but then I had to use it for other stuff.
But Lars succeeded, so he's
Yeah.
good. He's got that blood pumping. Whether it's, you know, in or out.
Whatever blood is
Yeah, whatever's left in him. Gwen, it is your turn.
Hello.
Hello.
So, big frogman in front of me. Is he corporeal? Can I grab him?
He seems corporeal. He seems to hurt.
Alright. So he's not like a jello man where if I grab him, I just get sucked in.
I mean, he is made out of like torn up muscle and blood and bone, so I mean, Ever had a blood sausage?
No.
Well,
But if he's sausage
okay.
consistency, then I can grab him. Put that in quotes,
You
I
sure
don't
can grab that sausage. Get in there.
I'm gonna use my first attack action to try to grapple the creature.
All right, I'm there for it.
I want to try to get up on his back and get my arms up under his so that they're flailing up above me and can't get me.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what that grapple check looks like.
How do I roll this?
You need to roll an athletics check, contested by his athletics or his acrobatics. It's
Okay.
gonna be his athletics. It's gonna be his athletics.
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
He rolls a 22 with a natural 19.
Damn,
You
ain't
have
that,
failed to grapple him.
Ain't that a damn shame? Can I do it again?
You have a second attack. Yeah.
Okay.
You can go as many times as you have attacks.
Can I use my bonus action attack to grapple?
No, you can't.
Okay.
So let's get another athletics check. That one's worse.
Okay. Inspiration to reroll that, please.
Ah, shucks. Where's
Thank you.
where's my frog inspiration?
For
Anyone want
inspiration?
to anyone want to lend me a point?
No.
No. Okay. I'm gonna sit on that. That's a 17 total.
Okay, you succeed to grapple him this time.
All right, I'm gonna use a bonus action to hit him.
Yep, that's how that works.
And now everyone else who's hitting him has advantage.
No, they don't. Or do you have a feature that does that?
I do.
Okay, never mind. I can't remember
yeah.
what I've given everybody.
Hold on, let me reread this. No, he has disadvantage on attack rolls. All attack rolls flat.
Good, that's good, that's
no.
good.
Other folks do not have advantage on hitting him. I apologize. Okay, but I can make a single melee weapon attack against him now. So I'm gonna hit him with my claws, and if I hit him with my claws, no, it's a bonus action. Never mind. Oh, okay. Flat 18 plus 7, I believe.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Alright, so... How's this guy looking?
Okay so far.
Okay, that's unfortunate. There's a... 7 damage. Take a smite, why don't you?
He's
First
gonna
level.
take it.
And so that's 7 plus 2, 9. Is there anything else? Plus 8, I believe? For smite? Wait.
Well, so if it's a first level spell slot, it's 1 plus a spell slot, so it's 2d8.
Yeah.
So
Okay, no, then it's just 9.
9, okay. So 16
Yeah.
points of damage total.
Eat
Alright.
it.
Yeah, now the creature's not looking as good.
Yeah, and he has disadvantage again on attacks. Period.
While you are grappling him, yeah?
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna read the rest of this and update you with any new information. But that is my
Please do.
that is my turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bong. The next werewolf swarm, the one that's in deepest, is going to engage with this blood hole. It's going to hit despite not having advantage yet. Click on the dice, roll all the d20s. Good stuff. Or d4s.
At this point, we might as well just say that they just do 50 hit every single time.
Except I like rolling higher. Kenna.
They can go higher or lower. I like to.
Okay. Looking at here. All right. Bonus action. 2d6 to Lars.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That is 7. Wait, do you get a bonus? Do you get
No.
anything else?
It's
No,
just
it's
2d6.
just a 2d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7. You get 7.
Nice. He's back to double digits, everybody.
I thought about what you were saying earlier, Dyer, from last time, the visual.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really feel any heat, or there's not any visible or like feeling of heat or light, but what it is like these tiny little fireflies will kind of like rise up and then land on you and dissipate. So like fireflies are like disintegrating into him, little glowing bugs.
Dig it.
And then Kenna's gonna put her hand on Lars's shoulder. I've got you, but we have to move forward. I'm going to use healing hands on him. He gets 5 hit points.
Okay.
And then I am moving. And I am still encumbered, so I can only move 20 feet. It's my turn.
Alrighty then. The crystal's turn. The crystal is, kind of a one-trick pony right now, given how its point distribution is. Need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Ooh, big numbers.
I'm not
15
happy.
total.
Yeah, I got a 16 total.
You guys telling
Nice.
me you don't remember what the save was from last week?
14,
No, I
was
don't.
Perfect.
It was
It's
14.
16 now.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. It was
Well-
anyone. It was if you rolled a 14 or lower, you fail.
Yeah, so we're all good.
15, so that's 15.
So everyone's good.
I rolled
Yeah.
this. Wait, Lars, did you get 14 or 15?
I got. I rolled a 14, but I got a +1 on wisdom, so it's 15.
Not even close.
No, you're close.
All right. Like I said, if no one's below 14.
I'm re-rolling.
Oh.
Oh, okay then.
Ha! I'm gonna. Haha.
Reroll again.
I'm gonna fail. Is what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice.
First roll was a 12. Second roll was a 9.
You were close on
Total.
that first one.
Yeah, total. They're mowing again.
Don't worry. You're gonna take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Oof, ouch. So long, and thanks for all the fish to my inspiration point.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad all those are gone so soon.
Yeah, that was quick.
Blood Frog. Because that's just what he's gonna stay. Blood Frog is going to attack Gwen.
He has disadvantage.
Well, I guess he's just got to play the odds then. The first attack is going to be a 17.
Miss.
Second attack is going to be a 19.
Hits, but
And then the third attack is going to be an 8. So just one of his claw attacks hit.
She had to run. She literally ran from her computer to get the puppy.
Well, I will deliver her damage to her.
Okay.
A whopping 7 slash. Which, I mean...
Wow.
Hey,
Lethal.
Dyer already reduced your health for you since you had to go get puppy.
yeah.
You
Thank
took 7 points of slashing damage.
Youch.
I was gonna say, not a big deal, but then I saw your health bar, and I'm like, oh, well, actually.
Sort of a big deal.
Sort of a big deal. But that's all it's got. It's not too fancy a frog. Werewolf Swarm. Going to dash and get there. Modahain.
First and foremost, with Kenna saying get your ass into the game, that's exactly what he's gonna do. I am gonna move up to the ridge edge if I can.
Yep.
Like there. And I am going to. I'm probably gonna take a pot shot at the froggy. I want to resolve that issue
Okay.
if possible.
Yeah. He's got some cover, but you can still sight on him.
Does that give me any disadvantage?
No.
Or is that...
It just raises his AC a small amount.
Okay, then I am going to one-shot that froggo.
That's the hope.
Hope and a dream, wishing for a 20. Not 20.
All right.
Okay.
So roll. Hang on, because you're also. Are you still in 1/4 of your HP, or have you gained enough?
No. I've gained enough.
Okay.
I'm
Shame.
out of lighthearted. I know that.
All
is a
right. So the
shame.
math is a little simpler then.
It is. I will just quickly do the one shot real quick, so you can.
Just you got to roll two d12.
2d12 coming at you. That's a 3, and that's an 8.
Okay. So 11 plus hang on, 32. So 43.
Yeah. And it was plus 5, but is it doubled to 10? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I already gave. I included the modifier damage.
That's fine. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mr. Lars Mordaheim one shot Bismarck. How do you wanna finish off Frog Boy?
I'd like to think that it's just trying to slap all of them at once. And as Lars gets to the ridge, he sort of quickly reloads, takes a quick knee, scours and just sees them having a fight and was like, "It's time to put you down," and just gets on one knee and takes a shot, and it like just literally just blows through the nose and just out the back of the head. And as it's like swings, it blows through, and as it swings, the momentum just carries it down shoulder first into the floor, and as it just crumples to the floor, just blood just leaking out of both ends of the head.
Very good. And it's left dismembered in a bloody mess on the ground. Gwen, you're no longer considered in a grappling situation because the creature you were grappling is very dead.
Yay!
Hide as a bonus action.
Okay, roll stealth.
Rolling stealth. 17 plus 10, that's a 27.
That's a big number. You should really go give some notes to my rogue in my Friday game who's level 14 and uses reliable talent more times than not to actually get above 20 on a stealth roll.
Just pour your stuff into Dex.
He has. Doesn't save him. Kind of an ongoing joke. Okay. Moldaheim. This Blood Hulk is going to... They know fighting the Lycans is kind of pointless. It is going to redirect attention. And yeah, it's gonna chuck a boulder in your guys' direction, and I'm gonna pick a random target, starting from left to right. So Lars, Nikolai, Kenna, Edelweiss, 1, 2, 3, 4, respectively. And I'm just gonna roll here. I'll just roll and roll 20 to keep it easy. 2, Nikolai.
Oh, yay.
The attack is at disadvantage because it is in its long range. Those are really both terrible numbers, and that's going to be a miss. Because despite its big to hit modifier, it's only a 12.
Oh, wow. Something doesn't hit my AC?
I know.
What is
I wanted it to add a little bit more drama, but here we are. That's just how that be sometimes, you know. But you are fine, Nikolai. That's all it's going to do. It's going to stand its ground. This blood hive is going to shuffle a wee bit closer, and it's going to use Screaming Mind ability. See how the Lycans do. Apparently, they don't give a damn because they rolled a natural 19. They're fine. You know what is even the point? Olav is going to attempt to grapple. That seems like the good and happy choice right now. Okay, natural 18 from him. And a natural 6 from Edith. All right, Olav has successfully grappled Edith.
Stop it!
Yeah,
Get some help.
It has basically just grabbed both of Edith's arms and like plunged his foot between her shoulder blades and is just holding her there. Scamp? One scamp, just chilling over here. Scampy boy is just gonna do what Scampy boys do. Not go that far. He's gonna go 5. Yep, 5. Gonna get in the action. Attempt to do a thing. Apparently, Lycans still just don't give a darn because they're gonna keep rolling really well on their wisdom saves. Other blood scamp dead. And we're back at the top with Nikolai. Run, Ryan, run.
Oh, that's good. Everything's so far away. I'm going to use my action to use anchor on myself to half my weight, so I'm faster.
Okay.
And let's see, how far can I get? Let's see, so
Gives you 40 base. If you dash, you get 80.
yeah, so just leap 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
there. Once you get past this brush, it's all difficult terrain. So you basically have enough movement to get down into the down a level if you wanted to.
It's my action to anchor, so I can't dash.
Ah, noted.
Yep. But that's okay, because I'm going to cast Seeing on myself as a bonus action, to then withhold it. So it's a reaction to utilize it.
Okay.
For most likely Lars's attack. Most likely.
Do they have to be within a certain range?
See or hear me.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Edelweiss.
Remember, you're muted.
I just moved myself. Just dashed.
Gonna try to
That's
break
it.
free. And it's probably gonna fail. Is there anything else you were doing on your turn, Edelweiss? Just kind of went on ahead, given that the options look very
Ooh.
limited.
Options very limited.
Noah has moved. The Swarmer's going to move up. It is going to dash. There. Gwen.
Hello.
Hello. You are no longer engaged by the frog abomination.
Nice. How are Edith and Olav looking?
They both look fine. They've suffered some scrapes and bruises from each other, and from the blood of frog, but none of them seemed overly harmed. But Edith is still in a frenzy to try to kill both, of which Olaf is spending all of his time keeping her restrained.
Am I able to tell whether or not my spell landed, at least, and has made any sort of connection in her mind?
Your spell, I mean, you're focusing on it. It's taken effect. You're just not sure if it's helping.
Okay. This is moot. Action or bonus action to channel divinity?
There are, usually tells you.
Does not tell. Or yep, tells me. Okay. I'm gonna try this again. I am going to channel divinity to bring to heal. As an action, you can use your channel divinity to magically enthrall another creature within 5 feet of you. If the target can see or hear you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for 1 minute.
Okay. Using an Edith?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. What's the DC?
13. Roll low.
I did. I rolled a
Yay!
natural. I rolled a natural 4.
Curse Charisma being the paladin's casting ability. So, is she charmed then? Does it take a hold?
Edith is charmed.
Okay. Go back and read how long this is going to last. For 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah, so Gwen just drops down off of this big frog creature and sort of plants both hands out wide and looks at Edith still struggling and just hackles go up, ears go back, and just snarls at her with the biggest, baddest wolf voice she can. To cooperate is the command that I give her.
Okay.
Yeah. So first and foremost, please stop trying to kill us while I look at what exactly I can tell you to do and how much it costs to do it.
Is it relevant for your turn?
I think that's all I can do this turn because I can't heal myself. So with the Edith situation taken care of, I will look to Olav and say, She'll still be fighting for her mind. But she'll be ours for now. And that is my turn. Do I know that these folks up here are coming in? Or getting closer based on the attacks they've been making?
The southern ones?
Mm-hmm.
The only attack you saw come over the ridge was Modahain, which you
Okay.
expect. You don't know the other ones are coming up. But your passive perception, again, you're very sharp. You definitely hear footsteps approaching,
Okay.
of which do not belong to the swarming lichens to the north.
Alright. I'll hunker here with Olav and Edith for now then.
Well, Lichen going to try to finish off the Blood Hulk. It's going to hit. You know, low AC things against swarms is kind of moot. That's not the button. This is the button. And frustratingly, the Hulk is still alive by a sliver. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm actually going to. So it's 10 feet to get down.
Yep.
Movement, right? So
Yep.
I'm gonna move my. So there's 10 feet out of my 20.
Mhm.
Because of the art and the grid right here, like snow in this square and some of the rock in that square. If I
Yep.
can, I just get into this square with the rest of my movement and just be there, or do I need to dash for that?
No, I think you actually have movement left over.
I have
It took
10.
you,
Yeah,
If it took you 10 to get there,
I
assume.
only have 20 feet.
Oh, then never mind. Yes, you can just, yes, that gets you there.
Okay, just because the rocks are in both squares, and that's why I was just
Mhm.
really curious.
No, that's fine. Yeah, your 20 feet of movement will get you there.
So I'll move my 20 feet, and then she'll look up, and like Lars will just two little fireflies will just kind of land on his right shoulder, and then just dissipate, and he'll feel warmth. You gain 7 more HP.
Good, consistent number.
I can't help but imagine the fireflies from Atlantis, and he's just about to burst into flames.
I mean, we'll see later. We'll see later.
Oh god.
Kendall was secretly the villain to the campaign the whole time.
Secretly, come on now.
Exactly. Secret.
And then I will actually take the dodge action.
Good choice.
That's it. I have gone through 4 turns with that, so I only have 6 more rounds that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
All right. Well, the crystal lost its best fighter. It doesn't have many people it wants to heal. It is instead going to see how much it can frustrate all of you. Modahain, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not.
That's 18 plus 1 for 19.
Success. You begin to hear what is a series of whispering voices into your mind that coalesce into a voice that just begins to say, "Obey." And you eventually shake your head and get it to falter, and it leaves your mind. Swarm number 1. Going to get here. I am not going to roll any damage, but I will see if it rolls the hit. Sometimes the dice just love to not roll well. Today is not that day. The Hulk will get overrun by the swarm of lichens, and that is their turn. Speaking of Modahain,
I am going to go down the cliff face.
okay, 10 feet down.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Yep.
That gives me 20 to move.
Yar.
Wait, just a sec. Oh no, I've got a semi-clear view. I'm gonna go to that square that I've just put there. I think it's there. From where I went to. I can go one more.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there, and gonna drop to one knee again, aim at the crystal, and fire at it.
Okay.
One
go for it.
shot style. One shot
You
style.
have advantage. You have advantage because Nikolai is shouting out at you, using his seeing.
I mean, that's a 16 plus. What is it? 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 24 is gonna hit.
Yeah. 2d12.
Also, an
5.
extra d4 being
5 and 7.
12,
D4. 2.
14, plus modifier.
And as Mordahine fires, he will say, "Obey this."
so cheesy. Oh.
Don't worry, I'm
It
not
is.
going to hurt you for it yet.
Gonna try and explode your brain.
Yeah, it is going to try and explode your brain. It will spin its reaction because it's the only time it gets to spin its reaction. Mordahine, make another Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, gonna re-roll that.
You think?
Ooh. What reaction? Sorry, what save?
Wisdom.
Wiz? Ah, that's a 9. That's the
Oh.
best I'm gonna get.
All right.
No!
Yep. The 9 is not good.
It's better than a 3, which would have been a 4. Don't
I
blame me.
I
Blame
would
the
like to remind everybody to consistently check the inspiration sheet. If you spend 2 inspiration points, you automatically succeed a failed saving throw.
I don't have any. Oh no, wait.
I
do
just
have 3.
meant like, because just for anyone who wants to try and re-roll but really wants to save, just burn the 2 and automatically succeed for the future.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done that and I've kept 1, so that's it.
Okay. Well, the bad news is I rolled very well with my d6s. 19 points of psychic damage.
I'm good. I'm dangerous again.
Oh wait, no, I'm just making you more powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have had to have rolled perfect 6s in order to actually knock you unconscious. A psychic spike of pain lances through your brain, Mordahine, right after you deliver your very pointed and cheesy one-liner. And it seems the blood crystal dislikes terrible puns. Hulk is dead. Hive is next. It's gonna try to do its thing. But the lichens really don't give a damn. Wow, that was another natural 19. Alright, well, these things just feel useless. Olav is going to continue grappling.
Edith, man, she's just stuck.
Yep. Could have been you if you were unlucky.
Yeah, I'm fine.
This
I've
has
had
to-
my
oh, actually, they both started turns within lichens. Hang on. Hurt them.
I love all the scamps that have to run like halfway across the map, running marathons.
Well, given that there's only one left, it's even more awkward because it's like one guy trying to go do the job that all of them were supposed to be doing. They stayed back, but the crystal did not anticipate the lichens or you guys rolling up with a swarm of them and them being as capable as they were. So this one guy who was staying back here to catch stragglers was like, oh wait, everything else around me is dead. Awkward. Nikolai.
Oh wow, I could actually get within range of the scam. Hey boy, how you doing? Bonus action seeing on myself, and then kinetic slam. With the
Nikolai
extra
steps up
10.
to the hole and readies his 9-iron.
Yep.
Let's see if the wind is favorable today.
Oh, ignore that second one. I wasn't sure if it actually.
Well, the first one hits. But those are unfortunately very sad damages.
Wow. Two ones on those. Wow.
Yeah. Somehow, against all odds, the scamp survives.
I just landed in the green. Not a hole in one. Feels bad.
Yeah. It was close. It was close, and then it rolled, and it was upsetting.
Mhm. It's just the Wii Sports just clapping.
Nice on.
Edelweiss.
Oh no. She just said BRP.
Rip.
Rip.
I don't know how quick of a BRB that is. Given that people use BRB in very different contextual meanings sometimes. Sometimes BRB is like, 10 seconds. Other times it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They just moved.
Edelweiss has moved.
No, I just moved Edelweiss
Oh.
Oh.
because I wasn't waiting. Because the easiest course of action is step up, gain view of scamp, shoot scamp. So that's just what I'm doing.
Wow.
As soon as roll 20 behaves itself, I can't let go of Edelweiss's sheet. It's very awkward.
24 to hit with 12 damage.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. What
Hi,
up?
you just finished killing a scamp.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna do. I didn't think it'd be in range though.
Eldritch Blast has a 120-foot range. You'd be surprised how many things you can hit.
Because I didn't see it like a moment ago.
Well, you did now.
Oh, yeah. You
Matter of fact, you could almost hit everything on the map if you had another 20 feet to move.
Yeah, sorry. Problems, as you know.
Yeah, but all right.
But I'm back.
Edith.
Come on, Edith.
Even with advantage. Gonna try to break free. Olaf. Okay, she's actually gonna break free. And then she's going to just she only has one course of action, which is swing on Olav because Gwen has charmed her.
Edith, stop.
So when I told her to cooperate, she just took that as...
Yeah, she's cooperating with you.
Oh.
Well, technically
Well.
the truth.
Didn't
She's
know
li-
we were playing by genie rules.
Fortunately, when you start affecting various forms of mind control, it gets kind of weird.
Muddies the waters.
Yeah, just a wee bit. But luckily, again, werewolves fighting each other takes a bit of work. Noah, completely disregarding everything, still running at the crystal. Swarm, also going to do its part, run over the remains of this thing, run towards the crystal. It's Gwen's turn.
Whale hail. Okay, action. I am going to... I'm going to burn my, Lay on Hands ability.
Sure.
Give myself a bunch of bandages.
Okay.
I will save the last 5 hit points in case of emergency.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm back to 30, and then that's my action. As a bonus action, I am going to command her. I'm just going to snap at her, Edith.
Mm-hmm.
My allies are yours, on me. And you can tell me if that's too complex of a... Because it says a simple command.
Yeah, I'd have to reread the ability.
Okay. Do you want me to put it in chat?
Yes. Gave me a lot of time.
Okay. It's the second one. They're all bunched together.
She's oh, okay, has to make a wisdom save, which is funny. The spell you're concentrating on to help Edith actually helps Edith against breaking this as well.
Good to know.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if Edith makes a wisdom save to follow your orders. Not today.
She's not following my orders today?
No, she is.
Okay.
Well, I mean, given that you haven't gone anywhere, that's where Edith is going.
Okay. Well, she'll follow me when I move, which is right now.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I'll stay back here so I can keep track of her movement.
It's fine, because this is difficult terrain, so I only get to move 20 feet forward, because... Yeah, I already spent my bonus action, so I can't bonus action dash. We're gonna move. 15, 20. I think this is 20. She's gonna follow.
To the best of her ability.
Yeah. Actually, no, I get one more square. I lied. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Swarmy boy. Yeah, they're not gonna just leave things in their wake. They're gonna kill everything.
Leave none alive.
They're not. Kenna.
Yeah. Actually, move 40 feet as a dash. And then that's 12 hit points to Lars. Two
Nice.
sixes. That's it.
Blood crystal.
I've just got an IV of like fireflies.
They're just constantly bombarding you.
All right. Gwen, make a wisdom saving throw.
Sure thing, boss. Shit. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
For a total of 26.
So, likewise to Moldaheim, cacophonous series of whispers enter into your mind, and then they all sort of coalesce into the word obey. And you don't want to today. It's trying to work its way down the list of the most weak-willed people that it thinks it's fought against, and it's not having any luck.
Gwen just clears her throat and says, piss off.
Got him.
Listen, Woodhine's got the dumb one-liners, I've got the worst ones.
Again, I can't even humor rolling damage against this thing. Moldaheim.
I'm gonna get over there. I'm gonna move over there, and Lars will say, in the 6 seconds he has, shooting the crystal will just bring you pain. It's been eating at my mind. I'm gonna bonus action hide. For stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that did, like, it I rolled awfully. It went onto the edge, rolled in, and it was a natural 1. So that's 11 total. So I think I just, like, slip, and I'm not really good at that. I don't know what I'm going to do with the hold action. What can I do with the hold action?
You can hold an attack.
I can hold an attack.
And it won't consume anything if you don't fire.
Yeah, I will hold
Or you can
attack.
always dodge. Dodging is never a bad choice.
I mean, if my garbled hiding, I will hold an action to dodge.
You just dodge.
Yeah.
Because dodging is something that, it takes effect over the whole course of when it's not your turn. You just dodge.
Yeah, I'll do that for self-preservation reasons. I'm just voicing my opinion to the group.
Olav will, with the situation handled for now, move forward. Nikolai.
Okay. Can I do a running leap off of this cliff here? Do I have enough space?
You
since
can
it's 10
you can
feet,
jump
so-
as far as you're allowed to jump. That's the rules are written in such a way. And given you
Your
are,
anchor allows you to do it better.
yeah, about saying, considered you are
Yeah.
a light boy right now, you can jump twice as far as normal. What's your strength score?
I think it was increased recently to 14. Yeah.
How about them apples? And Nikolai is a short boy compared to other people.
He's short and now half the weight, and his normal weight is like 140, so he's 70 pounds.
Yep.
Light.
So with a running start, so with 10 feet of movement, you can long jump 24 feet or 28 feet. Pardon me.
Damn. So
Basically, the two
Yeah,
squares directly in front of you.
yeah, and then what? So what? Do we want to round up to 30 or round down to 25
Uh,
from there?
we always round down, but this is
Down.
closer to up.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'll round up.
Lucky.
Okay, so 5'10", and then so would it be from there or from there? So, yeah,
Well, you
from
need
here for-
10 feet. You need a 10-foot running start. So including 5, 10, these two squares. So
Yeah.
from there, that's 10 feet. And then the rest of your movement would get consumed there.
Okay.
All right. Still need you to make an acrobatics check. Just because you're lightweight doesn't mean you can jump off of a 20-foot high cliff and land gracefully.
That's okay.
This is how you break your ankles.
Yep.
This is not how you break your ankles today. You are fine.
Damn. I was hoping to activate my glimpse, or not my glimpse. What is it?
Yeah, you have a slow fall mechanic, right? Some kind.
I have a if I take damage and then reduce it by rolling plus intelligence, I can move 10 feet from
Hmm.
falling. I can't remember what the ability. Whatever. It doesn't. It's not applicable. It's okay. And then from there, I still have my action and bonus action. Or is that just?
Yeah, it's just movement.
Cool. I am going to dash. So that'd only be 20 feet because difficult terrain.
Right.
10, 15, 20. There you go. And then bonus action, seeing on myself was held. So if
Okay.
anyone makes an attack, I will probably help them.
Edelweiss.
I think I'm gonna follow a similar maneuver to Nikolai and try to long jump, but I don't have any special skills. I'm no longer proficient in acrobatics.
What is
So,
Edelweiss's strength score?
wait, do I have enough for each? Yeah. Strength score is probably like +1. Probably, I say. It's 13.
Okay. Well, with no fancy mechanics attached, you can long jump 13 feet with a 10-foot head start.
Can I go off these rocks, or do I have to like do something?
So you would get there, and then you can jump about there.
Oh god, I could hurt myself with these rocks, couldn't I?
It's bushes. Bushes.
Oh. Yeah, away from the bushes, away from the bushes.
So here.
Yeah,
Somewhere
to
close
the
to-
left.
I mean, I don't know why you want to avoid the bushes, but all right.
I don't know, it feels like even more difficult terrain. I don't know why, it's the same thing.
Well,
I don't
I mean,
wanna
there's
get stuck in
either
bushes.
solid ground or bushes.
Not so solid again. Anyways, I'll move take the rest of my movement to move closer.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn because I'm still not in range of that thing.
Okie dokie.
Actually, I will kind of look back and like, are we actually going to try to destroy it with brute force? Is that the plan? Just leave it at that.
Right before they jump off. Noah. Well, Noah's had one mission this whole time.
Oh wow, I can finally see him. There goes the boy.
All right. 2 of his attacks are gonna hit.
Hey.
He's nowhere at the crystal. I can't see him.
Yep. Can you not see him?
Nope.
Right here.
Right on
Nope.
top of it. The tree. The trees.
I am behind cover.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So many
Super behind cover.
of the trees have been blocking. Yeah, so many trees have been blocking vision all the way up there. I haven't seen them until just now.
You know, he delivers a whole whopping 14 points of damage. And math is difficult some days. Runs up and just begins just clawing at it, taking chips off. Trying to do his best. Now the swarms have nothing in their way. This one's going to dash there. Gwen. Unless Gwen AFK'd.
Seems like Gwen AFK.
We'll return to Gwen's turn. Gwen return. Given that there's pretty much only one enemy in the initiative order currently. Hannah.
Yee.
What you doing?
Ow. Apparently slapping my desk.
And after that,
Bonus action, 2d6. That is a 5 to Lars. Not so great, but better than nothing. That would be turn 6 out of 10. And then continuing to move 20 feet. That's it. Sorry. Dodge.
Gwen, welcome back. It's your turn.
Hi. Hello. So all these folks didn't do anything? Or no, he moved. That's new.
People are doing things.
Okay. If I don't tell Edith to follow again, does she do it on her own, or do I need to tell her to follow again?
You think you probably have to keep commanding her.
Okay. Over her shoulder growls back, keep on! And since that's my bonus action, I can only move forward another 20 feet. This is just a mess of dead things, correct?
Yeah, everything, there is not a, the only thing left alive is the crystal. Everything else is dead.
Okay. Yeah, so she's moving forward, still doing her best. Has Olav said anything at all?
Not to you in the last turn,
Okay.
but he has.
Keep on, we need to find some way to deal with this. We're too far back. And that's my thing. And that's my turn. That's all I do.
Crystal's turn. Oh, you know what? Got a really great target in Noah. It's gonna pick on Noah. That's a 7. Noah was a good target to pick on.
Spaghetti-o.
Unfortunately, that's all I can do before the rest of the pack shows up. Modaheim.
So, I mean, I don't know that actually has happened to Noah yet, so I'm going to play it as if Lars does not know that. He is going to get eyes on the crystal. He's hit it a couple times, and he doesn't really like what it does to him, so he's just going to move over here Let me just look up something stupidly quick. Not going to be taking too much of your time. Oh, where is it? Oh, I've got rid of it. 2 secs. 2 secs. 2 secs. 2 secs. Right. Does that take a bonus action to do?
It should make it. It should have a note.
No, it's for the gunslinger. Oh no, it's on that one. That's it. Yeah. You can take a search action as a bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna get to there. I'm gonna hold hold action to dodge.
Just dodge.
Bonus action search for
Okay.
any like anything that any ace up the sleeve that the crystal might have with regards to extra enemies on the field. Lars is playing the sweeper at the moment.
Okay. Make a perception or investigation check.
Let me look at my proficiencies real quick.
I do think investigation is your stronger.
2, perception is 1. So yeah, investigation is the 2. Gonna roll. That's a 7 plus 2.
All right. It's not that you don't notice anything hidden or surprising. It's the fact that it doesn't look like there's much left for it to use. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because you're intelligent enough and you guys have sort of observed enough that it has as many resources as it's collected. Once a lot of its creations have been destroyed, it can't keep continuously reanimating them. Especially since you can look down below over the cliff and see just the absolute devastation that the pack of lichens has wrought on them.
Yeah.
It seems like it's got what's itself and what abilities it has left, which you've experienced a bit of. So it's not completely unarmed, but it's nowhere near as lethal as it was the last time you faced it.
Okay, with my 6 seconds of speech, Lars will shout to Kenna and Elderweiss, and if Nikolai can hear,
He can.
the Lycans have got this! There's no reason for us to fight! And that's it.
Nikolai.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
How about I don't?
I'm gonna slap it anyway!
Action. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Then action dash 5, 10. How far? 90. Ah. Not even within the dash range. 5. Yeah. I'll dash. 5. To there.
Okay.
Bonus action seeing
Mhm.
withheld, so if any of the lichens attack, he'll throw that to them.
Edelweiss.
I'm going to heed I'm gonna need Lars's advice and stay. I don't think I can climb up easily, huh?
It's difficult terrain because you don't have a climb speed, but you can. It just takes twice as much movement for every 5 feet.
Yeah, can I climb up? I don't know.
There is an athletics check involved. It's snowy and icy, so it's not easy, but you can. You just have to try.
I'll try.
Okay.
I
Athletics
don't want to be that low. Nor do I want to use anything to do it. Oh. Did I actually click the wrong one? No, I didn't click anything at all. No.
Yeah, you're having a hard time finding good footing and good holds. You just keep slipping and rocks keep breaking away. You cannot find yourself up the cliff this turn.
Hope no one's looking at how silly I am trying to climb this up.
Just Kenna.
Kana doesn't care. She can judge silently.
She will.
I know
Sure.
she will. I know she.
I mean, you still technically have your movement if you want to try to go somewhere. That isn't exactly
No.
there. It's gonna stay hiding behind the bushes.
Yeah. Can't take a hide action either, so.
Edith. Gonna keep following Gwen. Oh, hang on. Yep, nope, gonna keep following Gwen. Noah is going to veer off. The swarms are now within range. They're now going. Oh, nice. They're going to begin attack. They missed the first time.
How could you miss?
It's very dense. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's immobile. Gwen.
Same.
I guess I can't see Noah from where I am.
If you can't see him, you can't see him.
Well, I can see him, but I don't know what the situation on these trees are. Like, I don't know if they're conifers or if they're
No, you can see him.
Okay.
We established that you can see past them, so you can see him. You can see that he's turned away from the crystal.
Okay. That's probably fine, right?
Mm.
Do I think it's probably fine?
You're more than welcome to spend the time trying to roll a check to find out.
Don't have any other actions that I can take. Can I take the dash action if I'm not doing anything else? I know I have it as a bonus action, but if I'm spending my bonus action to tell Edith what to do, can I take dash as an action?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But it would be an action to insight him across the map. Would it be?
Yeah, great distance. Spending time to read him.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they have anything to really keep pace with my dash, so I'm just going to press forward to about there. Bid Edith to follow, and I'm going to try to insight Noah.
Okay.
See if he's got the general visage of anything else one of these crystals is possessed.
Mm-hmm.
I need all my scores. Insight, that is going to be a 17.
A 17.
Yes, sir.
Something about Noah's situation does read off to you.
Okay.
You know that his plan was, to involve a little bit of stealth, and he spent quite a bit of time reaching the target. The rest of the pack has gotten there, and he's just kind of veered off. So you either think something's off, or he's going to check in with Edith and Olev because they're not there. Those are the two best conclusions you can come to.
Gotcha. Keeping an eye on him. But
Anything
yeah,
else?
it's my turn.
Moved, insight.
Is Nikolai on the
Commanded.
ground over here?
He's over to the left, yes.
Oh, just okay. Yep, moved, insight, commanded, and it looks like next turn I'm going to be dashing to Nikolai.
This swarm will hit. We get all the d4s in the world and roll them.
Oh, yeah. Does my seeing proc on them? How does it interact with a swarm?
Technically it would, but I'm not going to take it from you because they have advantage on their attacks.
Oh, well, throw in an extra d4 then. Seeing, probably.
Sure. Make it 21 d4.
Yeah. Every little bit helps, okay?
Yeah.
Noticing Eloise not being able to climb up, they will kind of hear this little buzz, and then they'll notice a firefly landing on the tip of their nose.
Boop.
4 hit points. And disengage, or not disengage.
Dodge.
Yep.
Okay. Well, doesn't really like this lichen thing that's going on around it. It's gonna try to hurt them all. Wisdom saves from the whole pack. Oh, well, one rolled a 20 and the other two rolled 11s. One succeeds, the other two suck. Wow, my D6s want blood today. 21. But it is not a matter of the fact that two failed, it's a matter of the side effect of them failing. Which is these swarms are currently paralyzed. Luckily, the one swarm that isn't paralyzed is the one who has a turn still. Is going to hit. D4s go. Right, it is a solid average of 50 most of the time, huh? Mordahine.
How is the situation looking with the crystal and the wolfies? He wants to get like a view of like, do we require assistance?
Well, so what you can see from your perch is the lichens reached it last turn and have begun just swarming up over the lower jagged edges and climbing up onto the flat surfaces of the crystal and are clawing away at it. And they look like they're taking chunks and shards away from it. You see pieces kind of just skittering back behind them. You know, if you've ever seen a dog like rapidly dig at a spot in the yard, kind of like that. Yeah. Except you are occasionally watching as handfuls of the lichens are just kind of being like erupted and sent back onto the bank of the river in the snow from just these invisible blasts of force you can't see. The crystal's fighting, but the lichens are just in just so much number. It looks like it's having a hard go of it.
Okay, so Lars will, I mean, there's nothing really to hit me. Do I risk it? Do I risk shooting it and dealing more damage?
Great question.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna hold action to, I'm gonna hold an action to attack, and I'm just gonna yell to Kenna, 6 seconds I've got. Are you going to get closer, or would you prefer healing me to shoot it? And that's all I'm gonna say.
You're more than free to respond whenever you want, Kenna. You don't have to wait for your turn.
Kenna's short response is, well, I'm just here to watch at the moment.
Okay, I might incite that action to shoot at any time then.
That's up to you. Nikolai.
Okay. Gonna move. 5, 10, I believe that's within range. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Seeing on myself as a bonus action, and then action. Kinetic slam the crystal.
Okay.
Here we go. Yep.
You hit.
Wow. Wow, that was
For a whopping 10 points of damage. Nikolai, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, you succeed. You will take half of... Oh, they're all the sucky G6 rolls. You'll take half of 7. You'll take 3 points of psychic damage. 2, 3, 1, 1.
Nice. Okay, that's his turn.
Edelweiss.
Gonna keep climbing like a desperate cat.
Okay. Another athletics check.
I can't get my page back up. Let me just roll d20. That's a 12.
I think it's a +1.
Yeah, it's a 12.
Oh, you're including your plus.
Yes.
A
I rolled
12. Excuse me. A 12 gets you up.
Yay. I might have to side, can I guess? Yeah. Pretending as nothing silly happened.
Get up, brush the snow off. Everything's fine. Edith, still mind controlled by the crystal, however, does manage to ignore Gwen's orders this turn and veers off into Olaf.
For God's They've got a thing, okay.
You know what?
Clearly,
Is
This
full
was something.
sprinting. And he's going to partially ascend to this tree.
I think Noah and Edith have like personal issues that are just coming to the surface.
Paralyzed.
Yeah.
Gwen.
No one needs to go up a tree. Edith has some beef with Olaf. Do I help him or do I just fucking go? You said Olaf was looking alright last I checked?
Yeah. It was looking fine.
Okay. And Edith hasn't touched him.
I mean, they're fighting.
Okay.
They're definitely.
Down!
Yeah, they're definitely claws and teeth, being exchanged.
So she's broken out of my thing permanently, or
No, she just ignored it for that turn.
Okay.
It's on her turn, and each time you issue a bonus action command, she gets to make a save to see if she actually listens to the orders.
All right.
She's been pretty obedient up until this point.
Yeah. Don't like Nikolai out in the open. My orders are to step down and follow. And I'm going to take the dash action, and it's going to get me my full 40 feet out in front of Nikolai.
Okay.
Let's actually see if I can get a little bit further away. Right there. Oh, that's a big crystal.
Yes, it is. Edith has managed to ignore your orders yet again.
Ah, lovely.
Naturally. Swarm 3, paralyzed. Henna.
That is bonus action for 10
Nice.
hit points to Lars.
Nice. Lars is starting to look hale.
Less pale.
So dodge and observation.
Yeah. Dodge and active. Just she's literally like just kind of standing there on the hillside, just beaming out, watching the battlefield.
Mhm.
That's it.
The crystal's turn. These lichens are no longer paralyzed. It is going to. Go ahead. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I would prefer not to.
That's not your choice. Unless you have 2 points of inspiration, in which case it is.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
21.
Success. The voices have returned, but still do not manage to gain any claim on you.
She has nothing to say, this go. Thinking about my dog getting into a fight with another dog back there.
Just a quick question. If I attack along with these wolves, do I get my attack back for my turn?
Yes? The only thing it does is expend your resource. So if you attack now, you'll just attack off of your turn, and then when it comes up to your new turn, it's just a new turn.
Okay.
Bunches of D4s. There you
That's
go.
good.
There was a better,
good.
a higher, better average. Weirdly enough, it made the crystal's HP even now. Not often that happens. Mordehine.
Well, with the new sense of vigor that Lars has, yeah, I'm gonna shoot the crystal one shot, but this time I'm gonna expend 2 grit points.
Oh.
Yeah, it's time to do a bit more damage and hit the thing.
All right. I was
that
gonna hit
rolled
the
out.
thing.
That rolled out. Sorry. That's 14 plus what is it? 5.
Big number.
No, 14 plus 8, so it's a 22.
That's a hit.
Right, 2d12 coming at you. That's a 7. That's a 2, plus the 2 for the grit points because it hit, and the 10
11.
for the
21.
Yeah.
Okay. The shot fires through the air. You see it land and take a huge chunk out of the crystal. Immediately, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh heck, I'm. I've got 1 extra point. I'm gonna spend it. Oh man.
I'm gonna send a point here.
I don't know what it's doing, but I got a shitload. Sorry.
I
So,
dropped my d20 in the trash. Give me just a second.
fuck it.
Where it belongs.
I have not
also gonna-
succeeded.
I'm also going to spend an inspiration
I
point to
will
Okay.
fail it.
Is this the same DC for 14?
If you roll a 14 or lower, it's a failure.
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, I just make
So,
sure it was the same DC.
You want
Yeah,
a 15 or higher.
Yeah.
I
I
I
rolled a
rolled a,
natural 15.
I rolled a 4 and then a 2.
Ouch.
So got hit,
Wisdom?
finally.
Wisdom.
21.
Okay. So that sounds like 2 failures. What was it? Lars and Edelweiss?
It's not failing.
So the bad news is, if you've been previously marked, which Lars has been, you take double this. I rolled a 9. You're going to take 18 points of psychic damage. Scratch it. Sorry, it's necrotic.
How much? Sorry.
18 points of necrotic damage.
Thank you. 18.
Edelweiss, you will
Oh,
take
wow.
9 points of necrotic damage.
That
Don't
one
like
killed
that.
me.
And in places where the crystal has suffered severe damage, you watch as it continues to grow and replace itself.
Oh, cool. I don't get marked or anything.
Bonus action hide.
He's running
It's
away.
21.
Okay. Yep. Better than the 11. You just drop into the snow, roll around a bunch.
Yeah.
Olaf is going to go back to the same old story. He's going to try to grapple. That's pretty bad. But Edith is worth. We get into a knockdown, drag out fight between these two Lycans over here again. Nikolai.
I'm going to try something different to see if it's based off of attack rolls or not. And so instead of doing my kinetic slam, I'm going to do my telekinetic force, which is it's a saving throw with an extra d10 still. Not this being though, and I did hit. Go. Keep DC 16 strength save.
It succeeds.
Oh. Well, no damage then. That's fortunate. Seeing it's a bonus action on myself withheld, so if any of the Lycans or Gwen decides to attack, it's done.
Okay.
That's his turn.
Edelweiss.
I'll take the dodge action along with Kenna, and I'll be right back. Message me if anything specific happens, because it's kind of a same thing going on right now.
Okay.
Gotta move the car.
Edith is going to try to break through the grapple. You know, same old story. Doesn't succeed by 1. But for the turn that I've been waiting for, Noah, who is up this tree, and is going to turn and run off the branch, and is going to pounce on you, Nikolai.
Oh.
Does he pass through? Does he pass through my? Does he pass through my area of my?
He doesn't step out of it, no. He enters it and stays in there.
Well, because I have seeing as a reaction, I am going to grant disadvantage on him attacking me.
Is it all 3 attacks or just 1?
Only 1, but every little helps.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
Hang on. Getting stuck. That is a 10 plus a 5.
Damage?
No, to hit.
Oh, 10 plus 5. Yes.
15.
Ooh, barely. Yeah, 14 AC.
Okay.
Wow.
He is going to bite you.
Ow.
For, 9 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Yeah. Then he's going to try to claw you twice.
Yeah.
Both of those rolls suck.
Would the lycanthropy... Nice. Would the lycanthropy also happen? Because I'm taking far more than a quarter of my health and damage.
Your total health. So your whole health pool. What is it?
Yep. It's 26. I just took 9, which is more.
Yeah. You need to roll a con save.
Yep.
DC's not super high though.
It's my affliction roll, right?
Yeah, which is a 10.
I only have a +1 to con though, so. Oh.
Okay. You do not wolf out, and Noah's follow-up attacks both miss. With a very sad 9 and 11.
Oh wow.
Swarm is going to continue trying to hurt the crystal. And will miss. Even with advantage. Quinn.
Hello.
You've seen Noah descend from the trees upon Nikolai.
That was a bad move on his part. Action economy. I am going to call it. Edith is grappled. I'm going to use my free action to speak to call out to Nikolai. Can you bring that tree down on it? Motioning to, pointing towards the one that Noah just jumped out of. And then I'm going to try to grapple him.
Sure.
Noah.
Athletics check.
Okay. Natural 20 plus 7.
Okay. 27. He can't beat that. He got close. He rolled a 21, but he can't beat a 27. Okay. So he's grappled.
I'm gonna use my extra I know I ain't got nothing left to try to get him out of this, so I'm just gonna start wailing on this motherfucker. I'm gonna use. First of all, is it a movement to heft him closer to me, away from Nikolai?
You can move a grappled target, but you have to do so at half speed.
Okay.
So given that you're in difficult terrain, you can't go very far. You can basically try to pull him a square away.
Yeah. I like to imagine that Gwen just sort of grabs onto him from behind and then just drives him into the snow and puts a knee, puts a knee on his back between his shoulder blades and just starts tearing into him. So he'll be like one in front of me directly instead of right next to Nikolai, which should be out of melee if he's attacking.
Well, I mean, so when you grapple someone, you share a space.
Mm-hmm.
And then you decide where do you go?
Just one square back.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep you separate, but you're sharing Noah's space. Keeping you separate.
Okay.
For the sake of, visual.
So can I keep him prone?
No, he's not prone. He's grappled. He is not prone.
Can I make him prone and grappled at the same time?
Yes, you can, because you have 2 attacks. You can spend your second attack to try to shove him prone, which is the exact same thing as a grapple check. It's a contested check. And if you beat him again, you can knock him prone.
And that gives him...
it gives people advantage on attacks against him within melee. And I think he has a disadvantage against attacks, which I mean, it's kind of moot given that he already does since you're grappling him.
Mm-hmm.
It also
disadvantage
makes
on range attacks.
range attacks against him are made at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I wasn't including that because I feel like that wasn't super relevant. Yeah, he would have disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah, I mean, other than other people, attacks within 5 feet have advantage. And the thing that's important about doing the grapple and then shoving someone prone thing is the fact that in order to stand up from being prone, you need to spend half your movement speed. But when you're grappled, you have 0 movement speed, so technically they can never get up from prone until they break free of the grapple.
Okay.
It's a very powerful lockdown tactic that, unfortunately, a lot of martial fighters do not take advantage of.
Well, guess who's getting a face full of snow? If I can do it.
Yep.
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, he rolled a 17, so you will knock him prone.
Yep, face full of snow. And then, can I bonus action attack? Yes, I can bonus action attack.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah, you use your attack action to do the grappling. And,
yeah.
So you can make a claw attack at advantage?
Yeah. Yeah, or a bite attack. Or is it just a claw attack?
Depends on what the feature says. I think it says specifically claw.
It says melee weapon.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I would consider teeth to be a melee weapon.
You're not wrong. Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong.
Okay. I have advantage, so we're gonna see if I can get a natural 20. No. So, 16 plus 7.
23.
23 to hit, and then take... Haha. 6 plus... For funsies, we'll... 6 plus 16, because I'm gonna pump a smite into him.
Oh, yeah, sure. 20.
Yeah. So she just grabs him and drives him into the ground and then just takes a chunk out of his shoulder. And has asked Nikolai if he can bring that tree down on the crystal that he jumped out of, and that is my turn.
Okay.
Can I intimidate as a free action?
No.
Okay. Figured I'd ask.
Okay. Wait. Swarm 3. Keep doing what werewolf swarms do and trying to kill this damn crystal. And miss. 8 and 1. Kenna! You know, things aren't going exactly as planned.
Nothing is going to plan because there was no plan.
Also fair.
It's 9 hit points to Lars as a bonus action. kind of just says, Lars, stay up here. And I'm going to basically do a hop down and just slide instead of trying to use movement on the hill. Because I would like to get to here.
Okay.
Lars will shout back, "Of course, but I'm running out of shot."
And it's difficult terrain. I will actually... You know what? I don't trust werewolves. I'm gonna do dodge.
Okay. Quinn. Getting old, but make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Haha, ha 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 ha. Fuck.
I actually couldn't tell how that had went until the very end.
9.
9. Bad news, Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
You are now best friends with that crystal, and Noah is your best buddy. Nikolai, no longer your best buddy. As a matter of fact, all of your previous friends are now all of your current enemies.
And it was everyone. Many of us friends know in the crystal.
Oh, the crystal seems like a really chill dude. He's just over here hanging out by the river, and he's just being maliciously attacked. You just gotta defend him.
Can I tell that the change has happened in Gwen?
On your turn, you're more than free to try to figure that out.
Okay. So wondering if my passive perception or insight caught it.
Funny how quick. I was sort of hungry before that happened. Funny how quickly that sort of thing eats through your appetite.
Oof.
The Lycan Swarm is going to hit.
Yay!
Going to roll a bunch of d4s.
Big money.
Hey, the highest yet.
Damn, that's a good one. So many 4s.
Yeah, large chunks of the crystal are beginning to break away and sort of fall into the snow. Like, just tumbling tree trunks. Just huge and heavy, breaking away. The Lycans are starting to get down to what you think is a core, after what seems like a very long time. Waldheim.
Well, Lars is looking at his ammunition, and it's kind of looking kind of low. But does Lars see like they're getting to the like, is the core like gettable? Can I shoot the core?
It's gotten smaller. There isn't like an obvious, glowing weak point shoot here spot.
Yeah.
But it's gotten down to like a very, almost like a thin pillar of crystal now.
Yeah, you see, that's the if I saw that weakness, I probably would have gone for it. But Lars is kind of looking at his bullet reserve. I think Lars will take a step back because he doesn't want to be. It's like he thinks like this is a dumb fight for him. Not dumb, it's a done fight, D-O-N-E fight. So he's going to step back towards the wall. He will also offer the Edelweiss. He will shout over, "I think you'd be safer back here." And he will fall back to that position. Bonus action, hide. That's a nat 20. 10, that's 30. And I'll hold an action to fire.
Sure. What is your condition to fire?
If I see a juicy bit to shoot, I'ma shoot it.
Gotcha. Olaf still just having a scrap fest with Edith. Best to keep Edith out of the problem currently. However, Edith is going to break free.
You had one job, Olaf. Noah, sorry. I don't know which one.
It's Olaf.
Damn, you.
Noah had one job, and he had succeeded on it, and then he got mind control.
Yeah,
Now Nikolai is staring down at that problem.
yeah. He's got a
Yeah.
heckin' problem.
As both Lycans are now kind of coming about, both of their eyes transfixed on you, Nikolai.
Haha. Haha. Okay, so continuing with Gwen's plan about dropping a tree on Noah. Out of these two trees, because I know this one down here was weakened, like, has it fallen, or is it really weakened
No,
because of
it's
my
just-
erupting earth beforehand?
It's been damaged from the erupting earth.
Would that one be easier to make fall on the Lycans over here than this one? This one. There.
You think it's going to take a significant amount of force to break down a tree with your mind? You think any damage is going to be helpful?
Okay, well, he's gonna be smart 5'10", or 5'10", 20. He's going to get out of the way of what he's about to do. Okay, and that tree, yeah. He's going to bonus action, seeing kinetic slam the tree
Make an attack roll.
with an extra d10. Come on.
That's pretty good. Let me go double check something real quickly.
That was a max roll on my kinetic slam extra dice and my rampaging power, but a 1 on my normal. Nice.
Need the double check to see. Okay. All right. Nikolai. Now, your favorite thing in the world to do. Roll me a d100.
Oh. Woo. Oh. Is that good or
Okay.
bad?
It's neutral. So you are going to blast the tree down. It is going to come swinging. This enormously tall tree, since we went out of our way to establish exactly how enormous these were. And it is going to just careen down towards Noah and Gwen. Both of you need to make dexterity saves.
As in Noah and Gwen, or
Noah and Gwen.
Nikolai? Okay.
Al. Dex save.
What?
Dex save.
Sorry.
For the
Family.
falling tree that's about to hit you.
18?
Okay, that is a success. Noah will not succeed. I suppose a really important question. Do you want to stay grappling, Noah? Or do you want to break free of Noah to avoid being crushed by this tree?
No, that dumb bitch can choke.
Okay.
I drop
That's teamwork for you.
him. I was just chewing on him. Alright?
No.
Uh-oh.
I made that a square.
Hey!
Big tree,
think I
big
made a-
boy.
I think I made that a
Yeah,
square
it's big.
slightly too large.
So it is mostly succeeding in my plan of hitting the Lycan that was, well, now the Lycans are about to murder me, and the crystal.
I don't really think I have the whole map. Actually, I kind of do. Okay.
Oh, this would be perfect if that hit, like, cracked
Oh, wrong
and
turn.
gave me the position to shoot it. That would be like, oh, yes.
the best iron sights, a massive tree.
So let me, because again, roll20 is finicky. Let me zoom in. I'm gonna bump this to the map layer so we can see our Lycans. Gwen, you can either move to, actually no, because you're on the far side of the tree, you can move left.
Uh-oh.
Noah, on the other hand, is not so fortunate and is going to get crushed by the tree.
Oh no.
Like
Noah
y'all care about Noah.
Noah being hit by wood though is kind of semi-ironic.
Well, the thing that's ironic is that while this might be a very grand gesture, and he is definitely going to get pinned, lichens don't really give a damn about being crushed by trees.
No, but it's
Rip. Discord crashed. Just waiting for that to reboot. No. We're back. Hi.
Hey!
your blue screen.
No, Discord
We're
was
back.
just like, for the record, if I blue screen, that was the fastest reboot of my life. No,
Right?
just Discord decided to restart itself like it wants to do like once every week or so.
Oh yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but yeah, in the middle of something with Discord, and all of a sudden Discord will be like, you know what? I'm gonna restart right now.
I haven't had that.
I think honestly, I think it's just like I think it's running through an update, and it just doesn't ask me if I want to do it then.
I just totally reinstalled Discord, but I digress.
Okay. That being said, actually, there are a couple more rolls I need to make here. All right.
Please, Christ, just drop a billion.
So the
Oh shit.
this-
If this matters, the average weight of a full pine tree is 5,500 pounds.
I mean, it is good to know.
I've been bonked on Valheim before by a falling tree. I know how it hurts.
Nikolai, the lead is bonked.
Yeah, this werewolf swarm did not succeed, and several of its members have been pinned underneath the tree. The crystal has also been struck, and is going to take the full brunt of the whopping 1610 damage I rolled. I'm being very sarcastic, because it is 1610 damage, but I rolled 9.
9d10? Or
No,
9?
I rolled 60-10 and rolled 9 total. So yeah, that's where that is. So now there was a big tree leaning against the crystal,
It's all the branches and
and
none of the actual.
and
Trunk.
several of your allies that have been just pinned beneath it.
I like it just bonk. Not even.
Mhm.
It got speared on the top.
Yeah.
When it comes to magic versus nature, it doesn't always work out how you want.
What are the chances?
Edelweiss.
Wow.
So who's that? Lycan bitch? Trying to attack Nikolai. I don't. Think
You
I've
mean
seen
Gwen?
I don't think I've seen Gwen try to attack him yet.
Well, I'm sorry, I was referencing the only Lycan bitch over there, so it was Gwen.
No.
He's
Well, then
buried. He's dead.
Hey, for someone that's about gender pronouns, you got to be more specific. I'm saying, like, come on.
Bitch can be neutral when I'm saying it as an insult.
Not when we're talking about lichens and werewolves.
Like it's
So, anyways, he's still. I can hit him, or you have cover.
He's pinned, so he's also prone. So you have attack. You make attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. What about this? First thing I see, try to leap at Nikolai. I snipe. I hold action.
Sure, that'll work.
I'm mainly looking at him, but I guess if Gwen hits, I will flexibly attack. Sorry, Gwen. I
Just
really do.
gonna get that way. Noah's gonna try his damnedest to get out of here. Is not going to succeed on getting out of there. Noah is still pinned. Second swarm. Make some attacks. Gonna hit some attacks. Gonna roll a bunch of d4s.
Come on.
Gonna hit a bunch of d4s. And in the midst of the chaos of the fallen tree, the lichens that have not been phased by this, disregarding those of their pack that have been pinned, continue to swarm over the pillar. And Modzaheim, Nikolai, Kenna, Edelweiss, all of you paying direct attention, slowly begin to watch as what was this perfectly straight, erect pillar now begins to slowly shift and fall. And you just hear cracking of what sounds like ice breaking sound of glass, and eventually it just completely topples over and just crashes.
Huzzah!
Gwen, you return to your senses.
Can I tell whether or not Noah has?
Make an insight check.
Seven plus 6 or 7 plus? Like 13.
I mean, you're not entirely positive. He looks confused.
So
Like,
would anybody with a big tree on them.
very, very confused about his situation. But that's about it.
If I offer him a hand, does he take it?
He reaches for it. He seems less rabid than he was a moment ago.
Yeah. I take his arm and are we still in turn order?
No, we're gonna be out of initiative.
Okay.
We are dropping out of initiative.
Alright.
Here. Where
I
will
brace-
Gwen?
I brace against the tree and I try to like help get it up enough that he can squirm out from underneath.
I-
Wait, so you're telling me you're trying to lift the tree enough to get him out from underneath?
The 5,500 pound tree? Yes, I am.
Oh, perfect. Make an athletics check.
Yeah. Is this snow here or is it a mix of snow and dirt?
Snow, rock, ice.
Okay.
It, like
so a little
everything.
bit of,
Yeah, it looks like the area was purposely made to be very difficult to walk through.
yeah.
Can I anchor Gwen, but double her weight so she has advantage on strength check?
Sure.
Otherwise, he gains 6 hit points. And that will be the last round of my Aura Vitality, so it dissipates. The last little 3 fireflies kind of just land among your right arm, and whatever wound you have just starts to feel tingly, and then, yeah, you gain 6 HP.
Athletics
With advantage.
with advantage.
Yep.
That was a 18 total.
Noah stuck under that tree.
Okay. Gonna plan B, less stupid. Try to dig him out.
All right, you can start on that.
Yeah.
Before we go to any deeper detail, we're going to take the first bio break there, because that took 2 hours. So we're going to go stretch our legs, go to the bathroom, get drinks, snacks, whatever we're going to do. And then we're going to come back, and we're going to wade through the remainder of all this nonsense. So
it's like half a session left.
come back about 20 past, give or take.
Sounds good. 20 past, 9 minutes.
Hell yeah.
And off he goes to the gas station.
Gosh, that took way too long.
Yes, it did. But that thing was determined to maim as many of your friends as it could with your other friends.
Understandable.
When you realize that you could have done more damage to the crystal with your normal power instead of a massive tree falling on it.
I mean,
I did
yes.
literally double the damage.
I did unfortunately roll very poorly for the damage.
Okay.
But then again, you also have to consider the funny thing about D&D is that only in some circumstances does just what would normally be crazy amounts of damage ever matter if it's just not magical.
Yeah. Was that 6d10 or 15d10?
6. Granted, it was an
Okay,
arbitrary number I made up. It probably
Yeah.
should have been higher, but even then, given that I rolled half the dice and I rolled 6 of the dice, and they surmised to be 9 total, even another 6 would not have made the number more impressive.
Yeah.
But that being said,
Wow,
I do have to go to the bathroom, so I will be right back.
Yeah, I will also be right back.
Am I alone? Yes, I am. Much longer. Could have been really bad if okay, running water. Fuck. Nikolai, the little frail boy got hit. That didn't come to light. I at least kind of had a backup plan. I forgot the turn order, so I forgot if anyone got attacked first. I'm gonna heat up some milk to have cookie with. Because I got big cookie that I bought from the mall. So they went there today. Taste. I've confirmed cookie is tasty. It could have actually been bad though if the werewolves started. Oh, we're taking over and we're gonna go attack everyone back. You know, except that kind of has Moonbeam, which means everything's gonna be fine. But like, that could have been bad. Theory. In theory. I mean, if we didn't go there, maybe there was a chance there's a bunch of crystal craze lichens come at us, and then we have to slaughter Nikolai's people who were taken over by lichens. That was always a possibility, I suppose. But yeah, I'm glad that we are out of initiative because I can do stuff now. I don't know what kind of stuff, but yeah. Even if I got in there, it would take me. It wouldn't. I'd be putting myself in more risk. Wouldn't be worth it. And like, yeah. I mean, if I actually knew the effect that was happening, I could have just calm emotions, but I don't know in character the effect that's happening, so I didn't do anything. And trust me, I have done calm emotions before, and it was a werewolf-related fight, and it was the best shit ever. 10 out of 10, the best move I've ever done in D&D. I hope no one listens to this back, except the people who are actually here. Maybe Charlotte? Hi, Charlotte. Yes, that means Ryan will know. Oh shit, I think I can. Hello? Hi, I've been talking to myself this entire time and talking about stuff. Hey! Do you want to try something now that you're here? I've been given express permission to try the headset because my sister says it echoes.
Oh, nice.
Is echoing a curable thing? Because I know I've heard echoing a lot in the term of headsets.
I don't know. I don't really experience it too much with myself. I actually haven't experienced it much, unless you don't plug it in fully or something.
Okay, well we'll try it here. Try it here. Hello?
Hello. It's a lot
How
clearer.
does this sound? Does it echo?
No, I don't
What?
hear any echoing. It's a lot clearer.
So, I guess it's just my sister saying like it's echoes because it does echo when you hear it, but it sounds fine. Hi, I'm trying on my sister's headset.
Charlotte says hi, and you sound great.
Thank you.
You might.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, you might have to. I don't know. You might have to turn down your volume or something because of how clear you are. You're a tiny bit loud. But
I guess you have to do that individually because I don't know how to do that myself.
Oh, yeah.
No, to me,
Okay.
I mean, volume perfectly fine. I think I might already have you pre-turned up, to be honest. No, you're 100%. That's fine for me. If you right-click on someone's name on main game, you can raise all of their volume.
Well, I guess Nair will be very happy to
There you
know that my sister did say, yes, you can use it. It echoes a bit. I was meaning to send it back. And maybe not.
Speak of the devil. Oh, is he staying?
Oh, he's not. I will surprise him by saying hi.
Yeah.
I wonder how I sound.
I'm back.
You're
Hello?
very clear, and no background noise. Ridiculously clear.
I hear my actual voice now.
You know what? I was thinking of getting a blanket.
You want your blankie?
I was thinking of getting a blanket, and music's just kind of.
Yeah, well, music's always got his blankie.
I know. but
Yes.
I was just like,
Do you want it? Do you want me to go get it for you?
I was thinking about it, but I'm okay at the minute.
Okay. Just let me know if you want to get it. I'll go get it.
I know.
It's like literally over there. It's not. It's not out of my way.
I know it's not. It's like literally there.
Do you want it near to you, just in case?
Fine, bring it.
Okay.
In case.
Which one do you want? Green or blue?
Come on, Ryan, hurry up.
Green or blue?
Green's better.
Green or blue? You want
the
blue?
wolf.
Okay, fine. Okay, you want the wolf?
I love the wolf.
Hey Dyer, how does this sound? This is the headset my sister cat bought.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Welcome
No
to
background noise I can hear.
What?
I said there's no background noise. The audio sounds a bit cleaner.
Yay.
Welcome to Important
Okay, if it
Decisions.
sounds well, fine, I guess I can use this now. Because Fortune has smiled upon me and my sister got headset she doesn't want.
Hand-me-downs.
Huzzah.
Always good.
Just waiting on now.
Gotta hear how I sound like, because it's gonna sound way different. Maybe more actually like me. Or at least maybe. I don't know. Because people sound different than what they think they sound.
That part's true.
Any news going on that we can share?
No, any news? I don't know. Yeah, I've invented a game for my my group on Wednesdays that whenever we have a break in the game that's unexpected, where it causes a pause, I make them run a false commercial where someone has to make up a product and they pass it on to the next person to start the intro, and they kind of go around the table until it's finished,
Oh,
and
that
the person's back.
That sounds like a Rick and Morty awful disaster thing to
It's gone really well and then really badly in no middle ground.
All right, well, totally. I mean, totally like similar game. Well, not a similar game, but there's a game that me and Charlotte like to play when we go shopping, and it's called Decisions Were Made. And what you do is when you're walking down an aisle and you see an item that does not belong there, that is kind of questionable, you just look at it, look at your
Yeah.
partner, and go, "Decisions were made."
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, you go to the veggie aisle, you see a chocolate there, you go, "Decisions were made." You see a bottle of prosecco next to some nappies, "Decisions were made." You can't drink this. This. You've got to get the nappies. Yeah, it's a really good fun game. It's a really fun game. But then you're like, why didn't you take the item back? It's literally just over there.
No one does. The people that leave them around are also the people that will never put them back.
Yeah. I
Leave the
I'd like
carts
to
in the middle of the
believe
parking lot.
that the reason why they leave the items there is because if they take it with them, they'll just end up buying that too, and so it's safer.
I mean,
It's fun for us though.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm here. I'm just eating.
okay, welcome back.
Hello? Do you like my new voice owl?
New and improved voice. Updated
Yes,
to 2.0.
it's very nice.
Thank you.
Odd 2.0.
The start of an era. I didn't even have to buy anything.
Huzzah! Speaking of things that didn't need anybody to buy anything, no, that didn't segue well at all. Anyway,
No
the
segue.
game, that's a thing.
It's a thing that Ryan was talking about. That's what you didn't have to buy.
All right, I guess roleplay amongst yourselves.
Oh no.
Wasn't even a pun!
No, it had nothing to do with it being a pun.
Ah,
It had to do with me trying to read back into the game.
I'm sorry.
That being said, the crystal was toppled. The pack of lichens are still continuing to dismember the remains of it, and several of which have come over to join in the efforts to free Noah from the fallen tree. And by this particular juncture, it is very clear he is no longer being affected by the mind control. We'll just move it back over here.
Dire.
Nikolai would also try and aiding him.
Yes.
Is there anything you need me to roll to help free Noah from the tree?
No. This is just a time thing.
Okay.
Given that there are about 15 odd people helping now, it's just a matter of time.
The other Lycans got out, or which were the ones that were pinned?
They got out.
Okay. Gwyn sort of motions Nikolai over to try and help.
He is. At least that's what he said.
He was.
Okay.
Yep. You felt obviously a lot heavier, but sturdier, because of his anchor, and then he comes into help where he can, and also mostly break portions of the tree that would be near Noah, so that it'd relieve a little bit of pressure.
Oh, wise
If need be.
DM.
Yes. Oh, not as wise player.
True.
I just have to be assume. If you're calling me wise, that means you're seeking wisdom.
Nah.
Anyway.
So the crystal's been toppled, right?
Yep. In pieces. Being dismantled further.
And Lars, like, so he knows, like he's been told, like, you know, all the, you know, this thing, you know, it spreads, you know, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So Lars looks over there, sees it all like broken to chunks and everything, and then he looks over towards the river. Which way is that river flowing?
South.
So okay, right. Does Lars see any of the shards floating by
No, that's a great question. Make a perception check.
while he sat there, like catching his breath and thinking of what to say? Oh, that's 10 plus something. Perception, I think, is 1, so I think it's 11. Yeah, it's 11.
You don't see any chunks in the river.
Okay. Okay, he glances over, looks, and kind of comfortable with where he sat and not wanting to go in. You know, he's kind of just chilling up on this hill, thinking about what to say to the group later, and yeah, that's where he'll stay for now.
Okay. Well, if time is allowed to pass, Noah will be freed. The lichens, after dismantling the crystal into smaller, some would say more manageable sized chunks, begin tossing them into a pile further away from the river. They seem to be operating on some sort of impression or understanding of what to do.
Gwyn lends a hand in this.
But it is obvious none of them are speaking to each other about this. They are so focused on their job that they're just going through it one by one by one by one, doing this work until it's done.
Can Nikolai would like to go to where the crystal base was.
Okay.
Is it so from the map? It was like out on a bit of ice. It was like
Yeah, it was growing. It was growing out of the river.
Okay. Using Nikolai's mind sight and also dark vision to see into the water, can you sense or see any crystal deeper in, like roots?
Your mind sight doesn't register anything.
What about on the crystals? Do they still register, or is it like dead?
They don't give off any form of intelligence whatsoever.
Interesting. He'll relay that to Gwen. And then yeah, aid them in picking up the crystals stuff, getting ones that they may not be able to reach.
Sure. Kenna, Edelweiss, Motherheim, what are you guys doing? After a while, it's very clear Nikolai and Gwen have just sort of aided in the pack's desire to bring all these smaller crystals over to a spot further inland.
Should we interfere or help, or just stay here?
As Kenna would walk, she would have been. I have to see this through. Where are they moving the crystals to?
Here, I will just move the crystal token to reference this spot. Surprise, there was another token underneath the whole time.
We haven't even defeated its final form yet.
I look to Lars.
Lars, just sat just on the hill, just sort of like gun by his side, like arms like hunched over his knees, and Lars is like, I don't know about you, Edelweiss, but for me the fight is done. I'm perfectly happy to wait until everything is done. But what do you suggest we should do?
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like any of our business, but I do want to speak with the group later, obviously. We'll see what happens after. But it seems everything's fine for now, at least.
Indeed. And I think Lars will grab something to eat from the rations that he's got. I think, do I have any rations left? Yeah, I have. I have 4 more rations, I believe. Lars will sort of like gesture to Edelweiss if she would like any.
If they'd like any, and yeah, they'll come in and take some. And give some short, head nod and thanks.
No problem.
Also, kind of look up behind him, is Portia nearby?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. And Lars will make a ring, put it under his tongue, and blow for a whistle for Portia to come back.
Okay. It does take her a moment, like a solid couple of minutes, but she gets back.
Yeah.
Because there's a moment where you're quite far down, and she realizes, oh, she ran back to the cliff, and you see her, and then she has to spend some time navigating to find a way down to you safely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all in all, she seems fine.
Good. Lars is glad and give her a tickle under the chin when she gets back. But apart from that, I'm happy for anything that does happen to happen until we decide to leave.
All right. Kenna, was there anything you were going to do, or did you want to see more of what they were doing first?
Kind of trying to see what they were doing more. Did they ever free the people from that tree?
Yep.
All right. Well, as I would walk over, I would begin to light that tree on fire. Okay. With Spark Bear, just a natural one, and then I'm gonna continue to walk and just observe. Any of these blood things, is there any kind of corporeal form still in the snow of theirs?
No, they've lost any shape. There are now it's just viscera and bone and blood. Just smears of red everywhere.
Okay. All right, that'll be handled later. Yeah, I'm currently just watching. I'm observing. she had a plan to have this taken care of that didn't involve this, but this happened, so she's going to see it through, but not actually be, I guess, in the way or a hand.
Okay.
So,
well,
until they have finished their task, she will be observing.
It takes the better part of about 30 minutes for the Lycans and those helping them to gather all the remaining pieces of the crystal into a collective pile over beyond in the forest. Over the course of that time, it would have become increasingly obvious that Edith, Olav, and Noah had been spending time drawing what looks like circles in the snow around the pile. And after the circles were finally drawn, you watch as they start writing runes in the snow.
Are these anything I recognize?
You can make a religion or an arcana check.
Can I also, long shot, do I know what they are?
Check. Religion or arcana.
4.
That's a hot no on the floor.
Just do religion because it's more. Wow.
Seems ritualistic. What it's for, you're not certain.
Okay.
They continue the work the whole time.
Would I recognize the purpose of them? These ritual runes around?
Same thing as the other two.
What was the roll?
Religion or arcana.
Okay. No.
Okay.
I'm assuming no, I'm not gonna. It's fine.
Except it seems ritualistic in nature, but what its purpose is, you're not entirely certain.
Yeah. I was just going about the ritual a bit, but I rolled an 8, so.
Is it difficult to discern? After a time, both the helpers gathering the crystals and the three finish their work. And the Lycans, again, without speaking to one another, spread out and form a loose circle around the circles that they've drawn into the snow. And it is roughly when they take their positions that in the distance you hear a wolf's howl that seems to shake the ground beneath you. And after a few moments, you feel vibrations, large, heavy vibrations that occur every couple of seconds. And it begins to become more clear that these are not tremors from an earthquake, these are footsteps. And while none of you near the ritual site can quite see what is doing this, there is this immense dark shadow that pushes its way through all of the nearby trees, leaving in its wake these enormous paw prints. Easily large enough for like the whole group of you to stand in. And it gets up to the circle, and this large, shadowy canine form has only a moment where you see a puff of purple swirling magic sort of apparate where its eyes would be as it glances around at the pack and those present. And then the shadow turns into mist and wisps and swirls about the ritual site, and you watch as all the runes carved into the snow begin to glow the same purplish color. Eventually, the rings begin to light up one after the other, after the other, after the other. And then with that same howl that vibrates the huge rushing river nearby, causing waves to slosh up onto the banks, you watch as all of the crystals in the circle slowly dissipate, break down, and then eventually completely vanish. And in the process, as the crystals vanish themselves, the viscera and corpses and bones of those creatures it used to manipulate do the same. But the last step is perhaps the one some of you, including the pack themselves, weren't ready for, which is out of the 29 lichens, 7 of them likewise, from fur to flesh to bone, melt and then vanish into the ground. And the howl resonates through the air once more, and that large, shadowy creature where there is no remains to be seen, you feel its footprints vanish back off into the distance until the tremors vanish completely.
Of the 7, were any of them leaders?
No. Noah, Olav, and Edith were spared.
What is the pack doing now?
I'm taking us back to the landing page. Lighter. They're having a moment of, first of all, sort of looking between one another and looking at the spots where some of their packmates were. Trying to figure out exactly what's happened, and then it starts to sort of spread between everyone, and an understanding kind of comes. And then they all sort of gather off to one side, surrounding Olav, Edith, and Noah. And they begin to have a conversation that is held in barks and yips.
Can I understand any of it?
You can. For those of you that have like an influence, you can. They are asking what they do next and who the new leader should be.
Nikolai's not mentioned?
He does get brought up by someone. They say that Nikolai was supposed to be the one to take over for the pack. And then immediately it is shot down by numerous members, citing that he doesn't want to be a Lycan. He didn't lead us into battle. He was not a good example of what they want to follow or why they made the sacrifices they did.
Anybody else in the party mentioned?
You get brought up.
Oh.
You get brought up several times, actually. And you are not immediately shot down. People do bring up a couple of points worth mentioning as to why you might not be a worthy candidate, such as the people that you travel with, and the fact that you look like you hesitate despite the fact that you've so embraced your curse. But it is not enough to shut you out of the running. Current favorable top selection seems to be Olav, since he seems to have kept his wits about him the best over the course of this last fight.
Are Gwen and Nikolai like separate from the pack for this?
That's up to you guys. You guys were helping them move stuff, so you were there when the ritual finished and occurred, and the figure came in and did its work and left, so you're nearby when they gathered together.
Gwen doesn't.
He would just. Oh yeah.
Good. I was gonna say Gwen.
No, you go left. You go left. You go right. No. You go right,
My
and
right.
you go
No,
left.
you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, you go, then I'll go.
Once they all wander off to go have a come to Jesus meeting, Gwen finds someplace to sit down and is listening to what they're saying, but is not readily paying attention. So her ears prick up when she hears her own name mentioned. She starts to sweat a little bit because, oh god, no, please. And she's just listening and keeping an eye on Nikolai. So if he's moving around, then she's moving with him. But she would like to be sitting, please.
Okay. Well, when she go to find a place to sit, he'd follow. And upon hearing her name brought up, he'll ask, "How do you feel about that?"
I feel like these people need a leader. But I feel like They should choose it for themselves.
Agreed.
And she sits down and she starts carving on that bear tooth that she's still got. And she just waits for them to finish.
I'm going to go speak with our group. What fun. I wonder how much trouble I'll be in. Just join us whenever you're ready. And if you hear who they choose, if they don't come and tell us, might be good information.
Of course, boss.
Where did they have this big meeting conversation?
Not too far away from the ritual site. About 50 or
Because-
so feet.
I would have also been trying to just observe and listen.
Like I said, they're speaking
So-
partially canine, but
Okay.
you're also a druid. Just make a nature check for me.
Not terrible. I rolled a 13. So that would be 18.
That's pretty good. There's a lot said in their body language and the way that they're speaking and sort of gesticulating towards one another. And again, they're not hiding anything about what they're talking about at all. Like, so it's very
Of
obvious when Nikolai gets brought up. There are obvious turns of heads and looks towards Nikolai, and then obvious looks towards Gwyn. Like anytime a topic of their conversation comes up, that person gets all the attention almost. So it becomes very clear. You can more or less get the gist of the fact that they're most certainly discussing part of what's happened, part of why they're here, and who's going to lead them from here on.
How long does it take for their conversation to kind of like come to a slow, where like there's a lot of thinking and a lot less talking?
About 15 minutes. Boom.
I'm gonna roll a d4 real quick. That hopped out of my thing.
Gwen's got eyes on everything that's going on.
And there's no crystal left?
No,
Ritual site's clean? Empty?
completely clean. Like all the viscera and bodies it used, bones and everything gone.
All the bones and scattered as well?
Yep,
So clean.
the forest has been completely cleaned.
I'm going to approach the Lycan group.
Okay. You very quickly get all of their attentions just by walking in their direction.
Yeah, are they like in a huddle? Are they like in a circle?
Roughly. It's loose, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll approach. Trying to think how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and replicate their speech.
Oh boy.
Since I was
Or
able
Reggie.
to, since I was able to kind of understand parts of it,
Mhm.
and if it doesn't look like I'm doing a decent enough job to get my point across, I'll switch language, or I'll switch.
Given you're 18 and your background, you could speak what would be an equivalent of really good broken English. Like you're speaking, but you don't have any of the nuance of the language, mostly because you probably are missing just certain parts of your vocal cords that be able to reproduce certain noises or sounds. Given that they are still in hybrid form.
Yeah. So she'll start off doing that, and then she starts getting some cocked heads, or if one of them responds in like common or another clear language, then she'll switch to it. But she'll walk up. I am not one of you or part of you. I was seen as an enemy by most of you before you were turned. I do have some insight into your struggle. I'm trying to use your language respectfully. Any change in their behavior?
No, they're just listening. They've shifted from what was their loose huddle to most of them turning towards you, so now it's more like a triangle with the broad side facing you. The aforementioned leader-like Lycans have come to the forefront. So Edith, Noah, and Ola.
You were trying to figure out who to lead you. On that matter, my advice is you definitely should pick one of your own. No small group should be led by an outsider. That comes from someone who's lived with a tribe and is no longer to be able to be with them. You gave up probably a lot to be here to defend what you had. And now you are more of a shared custom to where I came from. So I would hope you take into consideration whatever one of you is most likely to not only preserve your group of people, but also the land around it. You have a tie to it now. You did give up whatever you did to protect it. That's all. Thank you. She kind of slowly starts to turn and just kind of points to the ritual circle, and then we'll walk to the flaming tree.
Mm-hmm. They stayed silent pretty much the whole time. They just listened.
Cool.
And then they immediately kind of fall back into their huddle. But the talk is a little less, again, I've been using it a lot lately. It's a little less frenetic. It now seems to be hushed and contemplative, but everyone's speaking very openly. So what are the rest of you doing?
If I'm not brought up again, I go back to the party.
Yep. Nikolai was walking towards the rest of the group.
I'm guessing everyone's back together again.
Seems they're all heading back.
I'm making a fire bigger.
Fire big.
How is everyone?
Gwen will stop by Kenna before she.
Okay. Never mind that.
No, go ahead.
That works.
No, I just said how was everyone?
Oh, well, Nikolai would respond. Finally, something good happened.
I don't like the methods, but nothing we could do there.
Lars would say he'll sort of put his gun down to his side and look over towards Nikolai and just say, apart from the poor start, we sort of got our ideas together and started to do well, but without the wolves, this would have been folly. I suppose it worked out in the end, but it wasn't perfect. There was no plan, and we need to think about that going forward.
Indeed.
Yes, and I agree with you, but also sometimes it'd be best if we just followed something like that. While I agree a plan would be preferable in most situations, our group is rife with indecision, and so forcing us into a move didn't hurt. It was a chance that we may not have taken.
Well, in that case, if we are to be more decisive, I suggest we get ourselves some shelter.
Indeed.
We are done here.
Agreed. We can see what's left of the bit we made last time, or we can go back to the fort.
So
We can probably make it. Go ahead.
what of them? What will they do?
I don't know.
Let's
Look
just
at-
say, Lars will just say, well, if anything else happens again in the future, and we run into them into the future, at least they will know us.
I don't imagine it would change whatever they might do or not do, but we'll see.
Lars would quickly just point over towards Nikolai. And what are you going to do about your new abilities?
I don't know. At this point, I'd rather. I mean, in here, he taps on his head. That's actually not that bad. He's nice. Insightful. The lycanthropy. I'd much rather get rid of that.
Well, that's another thing to add to the list of things that we need to do. But like I said, we should be moving out.
Just should.
What time is it?
It is just past 1. You have a couple of hours of daylight left.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a trek from where the fort was.
Yeah, you guys
Like
spent the
3 or
better
4
part of the early twilight hours traveling here.
Yeah. So
We could probably make it back to the fort before nightfall, though, or just as night falls.
I don't think it'll take. I don't know.
It'll
Right.
it'll take you roughly about 4 hours. It will be dark if you leave now and head straight there. It'll be dark by the time you get there.
I see.
Go on for a bit.
Frick's right. I had another question for him. I'm not sure if you're. It's nothing too well. It might be of importance. I'm not
Go ahead
sure.
and ask.
It's why don't we start moving first a little?
Yeah, you can ask while we walk. Not gonna be much happening there. There's one thing. Lars.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel a little bit better about leaving now that at least that was dealt with. Should we? prepare not only ourselves, but I should probably tell my sister about us moving, or preparing to move.
How
Towards
much will you tell her about your unique situation? I don't mind much about me, but I'm more concerned about everything that's occurred to you.
Right now, probably not much, if any. I'll just say the crystal has been resolved. We managed to take care of it. And leave it at that.
Are we walking and talking, by the way? Because I'm presuming we are.
Where are you walking to? Because 2 of you aren't with you.
Yeah, we have to wait for the other.
I'm currently
they
burning a
haven't
tree.
Oh, they haven't come back yet.
I've
Nope.
stopped by to talk.
I see.
Lars will quickly just sort of like just give Nikolai a bit of a look and just say, I don't think that is the last crystal we will come across. But if I'm to be honest with you, in any future conflicts from now until I can get more gunshot powder, I can make my own shot. I am ineffective up until this point in fights, so I would like to restock along the way back. If we ever pass a place, which is very rare, I might have to get in touch with the hegemony about procuring some gunpowder. But apart from that, we should be making haste back to civilization as quickly as possible.
Yes, we should probably resolve that. If it's that important.
Rip. Hello.
And by all intents and purposes, Lars is now waiting for everyone to move.
Yeah.
Head over to Gwen and Kenna a couple minutes earlier.
What is Kenna doing?
Lighting everything on fire around her.
The usual.
Dyer, what's happening after I spark buried that tree and let it kind of grow? I mean, it's been about 20 minutes since that happened because of the conversation, the ritual, everything that happened with that, the conversation that happened.
It's taken some time, but it's slowly spreading across the whole length of the trunk.
But to what Kenna's original plan was, and part of the deal to Calabash did not just include the one tree. It included the entire area that the crystal was. So I am currently spending my time to start a winter wildfire.
Quick question. This isn't the main crystal, correct? We know that, right?
Correct.
Do you?
I think we were told by several sources. Just clarifying.
We weren't told that this wasn't the main crystal, but it's really easy to assume that it's across the entire Bellwind.
We're presuming this is a big location, but it's not the location.
Yeah.
It's just a big crystal. But anyways, I am making a wildfire.
It's gonna take
Like
you some time.
The one that ripped through Colorado while it was snowing.
Like I said, it's gonna take you some time. Exactly how much of this forest are you looking to burn?
Every single tree that was on that map.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna take you.
Which will catch more.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, so I guess the question is, it's not a matter of, catching them all on fire. That's an easy matter. It's a matter of how long. What is Kenna's goal for leaving? Is it everything is reduced to ash? Is it just everything's caught?
Everything's got a flyer.
Okay. Well, yeah.
When a tree goes up in flames, it could snow and it won't matter. That tree will be burning so hot that, if the wind blows, it will make it stronger. So, I mean, at a minimum, she would spark bear, if not like spark bear and control flames while walking from tree to tree, every tree she touches, and she would do it to that entire map. if not like a few, outside of the map on their way out.
I think it'll probably take kind of the better part of a half hour to make sure every tree is good and well on fire.
And even if one of them happens to like kind of burn out, I mean, by the time the other ones are fully caught, they'll catch them anyways.
Yep.
They'll be so hot, snow's gonna melt, ground fires.
Like 30 minutes is accounting for spark bearer and control flame usage on like every tree.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll definitely make sure that it gets started and going.
And she has no intention of controlling it.
Okay. In which case, that's what Kenna's up to, Gwen. Let's get back to the original point for why we're here.
As I'm walking by her back to the rest of the group, I'll just stop for a second and say, thank you. And for what it's worth, you were right. Keeps on moving. Rendezvous with the rest of the group while Kenna is casting Destroy Forest.
Called Rebirth Forest.
Casting Rebirth Forest, excuse me.
Two kinds of people.
It's called hitting the restart button, all right?
Force reset.
I guess
Rebooting.
the same way I asked when we kind of rounded up, I'll just ask one, just around the same tone, like, how are you doing? That came out differently, but
There's nothing left of that village, and there won't be by the end of this.
Indeed. Do you know what will become of them?
Assuming they survive the influence of this virus, they're spared. They will never know home again, unless they can find one with themselves.
Do you think more of them would be killed off if they continue trying to fight this?
Of course. This is a war. There are going to be casualties.
Their deaths, however, were... I suppose I can't... What?
Don't.
My apologies. But how are you?
She looks at Nikolai. I have a lot of thinking to do.
I see Kenna's trying to find things out of them. Fair enough, considering the situation.
Indeed. I'd rather not leave any part of this place standing now that we're not going to leave it.
The way the crystal is, I kind of forgive her more now than before. And that note...
Gwen just nods. And finds somewhere to lean that isn't on fire.
That would be you guys heading southward. Given that Kyle specifically said everything on that map. It's summer come early.
Even when we move southward, Kenna will continue a trail that they walk. As far as she knows, the wildlife refuses to go to. Because of the natural impact on natural habitat and natural wildlife.
You want to restart it?
Yep. It's all getting a reboot. As much, not determined and not 100% a reboot, but that is what her thought process is. She wants the animals in the area that when they come back to know that they can and that it's safe and to give new life. So Even
Alright.
as they walk south, it's just trees. They're gonna slowly start going up behind her.
Okay, I shouldn't be adjusting.
So most of you
Have
will
we
be.
skipped?
Have you skipped what?
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Okay. Don't know which to skip then. Most of you will have been gathered overlooking the forest and the cliffside while Kenna was making most of the rounds, a slow, languid walk around, setting things on fire as she sort of walks by in what seems almost like a funeral march, and then as she passes by the trees to sort of catch a blaze and slowly begins spreading. Over this time, the lichens are slowly clearing out of the general area, mostly, kind of following eastwardly past Kenna's path. And while you guys are watching over the course of about, as I told Kenna, about half an hour getting this area set up, you will see the largest of the lichens approach you. The very hairy, burn-scarred man named Olaf. He'll just sort of march up. All the other lichens are somewhere off in the distance, just out of sight. But he'll come up on the east side of you, making his presence very obvious. And just come marching up and then sort of stand about 10, 15 feet away. It seems as if we've come to an impasse.
Oh.
We were told many things about what was to come. Who was supposed to lead us? His eyes go to Nikolai. Of a larger and grander plan. Of a sacrifice that must have been made in order to save the greater good. But even we see now that when people are unwilling to participate, everything will fall apart. We as a
Checking out on
pack
your
will be
own.
leaving.
Do as you will.
We planned on it.
But don't
Why not
lose yourself
habitate
to
your
this.
town?
Because it is no longer a town fit for people, just ghosts. None of us can bear facing that town again.
Is it the aftermath of what you gave up?
He nods. And if you've ever seen a lichen look inexplicably sad, this is what it looks like. There's so much obvious raw sorrow on his hybrid wolf human visage. It is almost painful. You ever seen a really sad dog?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just mix that together with a really sad person and you get like both highs of the emotional spectrum. It's terrible.
Lars would just say, my condolences.
Gwen steps forward. It is just a place for ghosts. And you're going to carry what happened there for a very long time. But what happened to you just as well happened to me. And if you ever want to heal, you're going to have to go back one day. It will call you. Whether you answer or not is up to you.
Have you ever gone back, little one?
It's calling me. And I've been. But what I've done, what I did to save him, how it's hurt all of you. It's time. And I'm sorry. Truly.
You have nothing to apologize for. The choice was ours. We were just the ones that agreed to it. Don't bear that guilt that is ours to carry.
I wish you luck in your travels, Olaf.
As do I. All of you.
If
Don't
you would
lose
like a
yourself.
direction to start. There's a tribal pack of lichens, half mixed with druids. If you have questions or find them, they're partway up in the mountains. They're heading southwest. It's about a week ago. Or if you venture into the wilds, you may find my clan. It may be difficult, but if you do, they will not be hostile to you.
Things to consider. For a time when we don't have a mission.
Whatever decision you make, just don't.
The people you were, you still are. Don't forget.
Keep fighting, even if you feel shackled. I'm sorry.
We don't feel shackled. In order to have embraced this curse, we destroyed everything that tied us down.
You sound like... No, sorry, my apologies. I won't make such assumptions.
You will anyway. But I don't need to hear them. If you truly wish for us to be allies, and he turns to just stare at you very hard, Nikolai. Tell your family in the council they find us to leave us alone. We have a common enemy. And when that is done, we will be gone. And if they cannot abide by that, then we will be enemies. And that we can live with.
Understood. Although, I'm already in trouble with one section of the council. What's a few more?
He just
I also
husks
have-
and turns, begins walking away.
As you
Well-
leave, just give me a nod. Would you like me to settle the souls from your town and make sure they are cared for? To put them at peace.
He stops. And then just turns and stares over his shoulder at you. And after a long moment, he just kind of nods. Just
Then at least you can rest easy on that. I will do. I go back to lighting trees behind us on fire.
We'll walk off into the distance.
Where's everyone else? No, he was the only one. Fuck.
The other lichens were off a ways, out of sight.
Okay, that means they already left, or what?
You don't. You can't
Oh,
see
I
them
thought
from
we-
where you can't see the rest of the pack from where you guys are. He was the only one that approached.
I didn't know exactly where we are because we were like at a higher area, so I wasn't sure. Anyways,
They walked out of sight from you guys quite some time ago.
Nicola, I saw that question actually. Trying to break that weird awkwardness.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple yes or no question. So I don't know if you could ask him yourself, then I think it's simpler that way. If you don't want to give your body up. Can he can hear us, right?
He'll just
Or
go ahead.
I want to know, Frix, have you made any pacts with anyone? Have you someone made a pact with you, or borrowed some of your power? Or have you truly been isolated?
You'll watch as Nikolai's consciousness recedes and his eyes turn completely black.
I have, for a long period of time, made pacts with many people. But during my time of isolation, sealed within the orb, with the fragment that I am, I have not the power to share with anyone else, save that what I use to sustain my existence.
Very well. I look to Nikolai, and I look to the other two. I'm not very good at these things, but I thought of two possibilities. One, Frix is lying. The other, he is not. When I was young, I was told by someone that they had managed to make a pact with him. I do not know if they were right. And if so, then Frixis had contact with others and is concealing it, and it could be troublesome later. If not, I would be curious why, and I'm sure Frix as well, why someone would claim to ally with Frix in a group that would try to resurrect him, and what other being could the pact have been made? I do not know if it was something that the group in general knew, or that only the individual or select few. I'm too young for that, but it is interesting to say the least. I would recognize powers similar to mine in retrospect, so I wonder.
Can I, as they talk about that, can I insight check Thrick to see?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Me too.
Sure. I'll take those two.
I'm not. I feel like I'm retconning this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Edelweiss tried to. I was waiting for the answer to quietly like guidance. Obviously, you can. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, unless you want to make a sleight of hand check, guidance is just like magical hand symbol. Haha. Like, so go for it.
A touch of the chest.
Yeah, it's a gesture in a spoken word, so it's like it's usually pretty obvious.
But hey, that's a natural 20 for insight.
Mm-hmm. That's 2 natural 20s for insight. How about that?
Wow.
So, the thing that I will continue to press upon and remind whenever trying to interact with Thrix is the fact that Thrix doesn't have a body of his own. And it is clear that when he takes over Nikolai's consciousness inside Nikolai's body, that it still seems very alien. And the fact that Nikolai's facial expressions do not react or act with Thrix's speech. It very much seems like a disembodied voice speaking from Nikolai, even though it is very much clearly coming from him directly. he's difficult to read in that regard. However, the statement and the surety of which he has always spoken and how he has relayed information to you thus far leads you to have no reason to believe that he would lie for any possible reason about this. Especially the circumstances of if he was more aware or more capable of interacting, why was he stuck in that orb for as long as he was? Why wouldn't have someone come and saved him? Why wouldn't have any of his followers done anything about it? Especially when clearly the last person prior to the group carrying him was some random person from Harbor that died when he delivered it. Therefore, clearly wasn't that powerful or, capable of an individual. It just doesn't seem to line up that he would be misleading about this.
I'm gonna ask Trix that in his the back of Nikolai's mind palace. Was there ever someone in his time that was that would ever like hide themselves as him or act in his place, or like someone trying to be an imposter of him?
Someone who is sus.
Yeah.
No, there was no such individual during my time. However, there was a title bearer that is frequently known for using misleading terms and phrases, especially in regards to making pacts with individuals, in the assumption of being another, which would belong to the dresser, Rajak.
Okay.
I'm not hearing any of this, so it always will speak like.
Oh yeah. Who?
Does this concern you then? If it is possible that there's someone or those who claim to be Anyar actually might able to hear your motives or interests that might harm you. I'm not very good at these types of things, but it always kind of looks specifically like a bit sad, but
well, who has control of
It's Thrix.
Okay.
He either waits for a cue when he feels like he's no longer being addressed, or until you request to be put back at the forefront. You imagine he's reaching the first one pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. In which case, yes, it'll just be a moment where he just looks, like there's just an awkward silence. He nods, and then your eyes return to normal, and you're pushed back up to the forefront, Nikolai.
Yeah. So, as I asked him, there was, in his time, there was someone that may have feigned themselves as another person. No, this is a gesture. The other title bearer, or another title bearer. That's maybe a cause. So.
Wonder, are they truly that convincing, I wonder?
I mean, the title bearers are good at what they do, usually, so.
Indeed. No, it's not everyone. I don't know. I just don't know enough. It was too long ago, and I was much too young to really understand anything. They kind of like cock their head, like.
Well, we can think on that on another date. Let's head back to the fort, shall we? A little bit. Well, we are moving. Yeah, we're moving.
We're still waiting for. I asked when we're still waiting for Kenna to come back.
Well, you didn't actually finish the thought, because when I asked you, you said never mind. But Kenna finishes around the time you guys are finished with your role playing.
Okay. Convenient. So, shall we head back then to the fortress, and then
Have you done what you've needed?
For now. Do we need to go to the fortress, or can we head to your forgotten town now?
depends? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that in the morning, or well, in the day, or do we want to travel there at night and stay nearby?
I mean, from where we're at, wouldn't it take approximately a similar time frame to get to either?
It is, yes, it is very simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like a diagonal, like we'd be going like 2 different directions. It's just
Yep.
Triangle.
Dire Yacht is the obvious place to go. We can stock up on supplies and plan our route going towards.
There
going
won't be any
towards Harbour
supplies
there.
left. But the road is there.
From what it's talked about, though, I'm not sure how much we'll find.
Maybe something, but I don't know the state really. We'll have to see.
we'll find
right.
chaos.
Real fast.
Something. Okay. We'll find chaos and death, destruction. Your town will be in ruins, if not already. But we have to clean it up, or at least I will be putting those who have died to rest.
And I'll be helping.
I don't have much I can do, but I will not argue accompanying and taking such route now.
And with how little we're transformed, there's bound to be supplies sitting there.
I wonder if our horses are there.
I'd be happy to help out in any way I can, but I also have a personal things I need to do. I need to send a letter to my ringleader for the Hemhegeny. I might need to request some supplies and also give further reasons why I'm not attending any of the hits that I need to be doing. But if it's for an obvious cause, like trying to get back at the people that wronged me, then I'm pretty sure I can keep going.
Okay. That's something. Well, I'd love to be righteous about not working with the hegemony, which is illegal in the kingdom. Do you think that there'd be any way that we could utilize them to, I guess, travel faster or get more knowledge of the crystal or what's happening in harbor surrounding your sister? Maybe another pathway of information if you can.
I can get in contact with them easily enough. I know it may sound kind of bad to hear, but we have many connections. We run very deep.
An organization as large as that wouldn't operate without roots that deep, so I expect as much.
Well, at least you have a bargaining chip with me. And he'll sort of scoff at the remark.
Yes,
Is-
although go ahead.
No, continue.
Although I wouldn't like to be known as the one working the illegal assassination ring, you know.
It's not like I want to stay like this forever, Nikolai. It's a means to an end to get me where I want. After that, I don't want to be involved anymore.
What happens if you leave? Is it just that, or?
It is just as that is. You can leave. I don't believe there's any negative things with leaving. I'm just a tool to be used by them.
So as we're walking in I'm just gonna, the Dire's gone. We're just gonna head straight south, all right? Because if we choose to go either direction, then we can do that, and it won't change our time frame.
Yeah.
Fine.
Can all go? There is one thing. Now that we have no pressing hostility, we could try to take part of that rock with us, if you would be able to get it usable, Lars.
So it's
The
not
question, the question is if we can carry it. It's not the question of working it. It's a question of carrying it, or if we can break it into something smaller that we can all carry.
We could take a day to find out.
Yes, because we still haven't tested the hypothesis that I had about cold. If it does work, then we can spend, especially actually says that we'd have nothing too pressing. We can spend the next few days working off pieces of it, and then when we travel back to harbor, we can see about your dwarven friend.
Well,
if he's even alive. I do not know if he's alive or not.
So here's my proposal. I kind of wouldn't say proposal. That's not a word.
That's not a Kennerism.
That's yeah. Should I think? Well, taking care of your dad needs to happen sooner than later. So if we head to town tonight, we can take care of any general goods, food, shelter, sleep. Spend 2-3 days gathering our wits about us and trying to see if we can work the rock. And if we get any outcome from that, then we can take it with us to harbor on our way to right what was wronged against Lars.
I suppose with the crystal at least being taken care of in a way, it'll be much easier to get things transferred without endangering lives. Everyone's in for it then.
There's also something. I wouldn't mind spending the few days here working at the crystal, or not the crystal, the dandelight, to see about how nature responds and see if it truly is a way.
Well, yeah, that's what. So, okay, out of character. Kenna's base plan is go to the town tonight so we can take care of your dead because bodies rot and decay. So taking care of the dead tonight / in the morning, gaining whatever supplies, going to the fortress, spending a couple of days doing what we need to do with the meteor to see if our idea will work. And then if it does, then cool, we can take some of that when we go to harbor. If it doesn't, well, then we know where it is.
We also don't know if the Shellseer is still like over a week away, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'll find our dead city either way. So
Maybe we
find it.
Maybe we go into the Shellseer, but we're just focusing on the den. I'm just saying. The Shellseer is somewhere possibly an equation, or maybe we'll just fly over it.
That's gonna be a fun conversation.
Well, we'll cross that bridge if we have to. But Kenna's proposal is step 1, 2, and then 3 AB.
I mean, I think Lars is definitely in accordance with that vision.
I just want us to walk to the right place first.
Yes.
I just want to walk to the right place.
We are pretty much all agreeing about that. We're just talking about the future.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Dyer. So, in collective reasoning, we are heading to town first.
Okay, to Dialogue did it.
We're just talking about what right after.
We can try and see if there are some horses, because then that would make traveling a whole lot easier in the future, especially going to harbor.
I mean, you guys had horses for most of you.
Yes, that's why I'm wanting to see if they're still there.
Yeah.
They were stabled in the town.
Yes.
We're gonna have to see if they were slaughtered or not.
You know what werewolves love to eat?
Food.
Yeah.
Take it from a werewolf.
Horses. Why do you think I always have one with me when I'm faster running around as a wolf? Emergency food. Emergency ration.
Emergency food.
Yeah, if not, you can just get Phantom Steed. Hey, is Gwen still like? How's Gwen? Is she like behind everyone, or she's sticking with the group being quiet?
Yep.
She's a few paces behind. She's pretty quiet.
How much is a few paces?
I assume
Yeah.
Kin is taking up the rear or taking up the lead to burn things, or is she in the...
She's in the rear, I
Once
think.
we've made our way, Kenna's in the front.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah,
know
no.
how many feet.
10
Wow.
feet? Maybe 15? Depending on what the terrain's like.
I mean, it's rough and snowy, but you guys have gotten used to it by now.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's just taking her time.
These boots were made for walking.
Meanwhile, we're walking also down to Gwen's base. We're just kind of like head to her without not making more obviously. Whichever.
She won't stop you. She doesn't say anything, but she won't stop you.
Yeah, I will speak. However, I will say something.
Will you?
Yes.
Threat.
Pardon any awkwardness as usual, but the only thing I've come to say is my apologies. You do not deserve the descriptor I gave you initially. You are not a monster, and I see that more clearly now. I don't expect you to believe me. I've given you no reason to. I'm not here to make myself feel better either, but I still think it should be said.
I will like give her that brief moment if she wants to respond or looks like that, and if not, I'll just like move forward and get like view where I was in that line, which is probably like in the behind, but like spaced out.
She just looks at you and then nods, but doesn't say anything.
I will just kind of like give her a slight nod and just continue. Getting back in line, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a survival check at advantage from Kenna,
Yeah, I suppose.
who's going to lead the group back to town?
Good thing it was at advantage. First rolled a 2. It's at 18. I rolled at 11.
Shucks. Good news is, getting back to town isn't hard. You guys have made this trip well enough. This whole section of wilderness, if it wasn't already familiar to Kenna, it is now much more familiar to her. It takes you guys, as approximated, about 4 hours to get back to town. However, it is not the town you remember it once being. Before even getting within eyeshot, you can see in the distance the wispy trails of smoke that are rising up from it. When you get within range, for those of you with sensitive smell, you immediately note the smells of decay. And when you walk in on the main street heading towards the town square, you see piled high 4, 5, 6 feet, pretty damn near to about 200 bodies or so. It's impossible to tell because they've all been just completely dismembered and ripped apart and chewed on and eaten, and a grotesque and violent showing, and left in the center of town. Many of the buildings have been broken, windows, doors, roofs, walls in certain places. And the more you explore, the more you find scenes of people attempting to survive and fight, and rooms just being plastered and just covered with blood. And this is one of those moments where you're walking down the street and you see just this grotesque visage, and just off to the side, someone would notice a child's doll lying face down, caked in blood. And it is driven home that what happened here was merciless and vicious. And you're not sure whether or not if you hate or understand why Olav acted like he did back when you parted ways with him. But here you are.
When Gwen sees the pile of bodies, sees all the carnage around it, is surrounded by it, can't get away from it, even in its smell, she just sort of freezes on the spot, just staring at it, stone-faced. Eyes going to each and every one of the faces that she can see, counting the carnage.
There are barely faces. There are skulls more than there are faces.
She's just stuck like that.
I'm gonna walk up to the pile.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than ever before. It's like nighttime, right?
Yes. The sun
Gotten
went
dark.
down about an hour ago.
Okay. Here is a question.
Mm-hmm. Here might be an answer.
Yep. Alright. Yeah. There's no rule RAW that decides it. So Kenner's just gonna kind of slowly walk up, passing Nikolai, saying, y'all might want to stay back. And as I get about 20 feet or so from the party, I'm going to take my mask off and just kind of set it on the ground. And then as she has to lean over to do that. As she starts to lean back up, the whole party will see all those runes on her arm and up to her neck and face kind of slowly start to grow. I'm going to activate Radiant Consumption.
Okay.
And then as I approach, I think that's only for a minute, so that will have to be for a minute. So I'm gonna do that kind of right as I get up to the body actually. So I'll approach the pile and then reverse it. Sorry, I forgot there's a time limit on these things. And then as I kneel down kneel down to the base of the pile, that will happen. I'm gonna activate Radiant Consumption and Wildfire Soul at the same time.
Okay. Give us the visuals.
So as she kind of takes to a knee, you just kind of see this aura of light radiate out from her, and you don't see any flames or any heat, but you can just see pieces of the skin, skin and bodies, start to char without any visual. It's just radial heat, like the sun. So you can just see them charring, and then as I will put my I'll put Pyrebrand down and put both of my hands on the most put together body in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden there's going to be flames that kind of creep up through the cracks of the stone ground, and will wreath around her body and then up her body, and into her hair, and then we'll just kind of stay, as instead of having a one blue and one red eye, both of her eyes just go straight red, and the flames will stay around her body while Wildfire Soul is happening. And I'm going to, as she'll do that, you'll even see parts of Kenna's skin start charring, around where those runes are, because I will take damage for the whole minute. And she'll say out loud, if you were listening and watching, then you know what has happened. There is a void on this plane. there is a void that you can fill. Give these souls a peaceful rest. Put these sacrificed to a better place and take care of them. Something that you can do that none of these title bearers can. These are for you, Miss Yune. And that's when I will start lighting the whole pile up.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to use your D100 roll for this?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to ask on a technicality. So I used, technically, this day's D100 I used to contact Calabash.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, I didn't. I used that at night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I used that before.
I feel like you can use yours today.
No. I used that before night. I just remember using it like relatively soon.
I feel like you guys have all of yours for this day.
Yes.
Do you like rest?
I will roll the. It comes back at dawn. You don't have to rest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
It states that they come back at dawn.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm mistaking it with her inspiration points.
Yeah.
Which disappear.
Yeah. And I actually didn't sleep. That's why I still had all mine. Technicalities and rules, baby. That's what I'm good at.
Also, yeah. Also, a very nuanced choice. Sometimes that's important.
Hey, I did like a similar thing, so like.
Yeah, if you'd like
All
to,
right.
you can. I'm gonna ask for one either way. Just
I
the
will
impact.
roll it on this. Yeah, I'll roll it on this. Do I use the see-through red dice, or do I use the Kenna dice? Let's use the Kenna dice. I hate rolling these. It makes me so nervous. I just get below a 10, the whole city blows up. Everything around me just
That's what
fucking
Mr.
ignites.
wanted.
You wanted a wildfire? You got a wildfire.
There is no town now. Sorry, Nikolai. It's all in flames.
Yeah, there's no town anyway.
89.
Oh well.
We are not surprised.
I had to make sure it wasn't an 86. It's an 89.
All right. Well, so this is what happened. You all watch as you're taking in the carnage, brutality, and just sadness of seeing this town dismantled. Kenna, in her way, begins taking actions that seem unusual to you, but then after having been exposed to her long enough, you begin to see the rhyme and reason behind some of the choices. When Kenna's beginning this, it is in your head, Nikolai, that you hear Thrix's voice.
There are many restless souls here, Nikolai. And they all seem to be very upset about something.
And when he says that, it is when Kenna says her prayer. And the fire spreads out, charring the bodies. But then very suddenly, Nikolai, in your voice, Thrix says again,
How unusual. Something has swept all the souls of those beings away. The one that you call Kenna is an interesting one indeed.
Indeed. She has a knack for that.
and the bodies, one by one, disintegrate and turn to ash and float into the air, with the remains slowly just sort of dissipating and dematerializing into radiant energy. And as the sun is completely gone, you see just in the night sky above you what looks like tens of thousands of fireflies slowly drifting away.
Gwen stands as close as she can to the fire. And by the time it's all burned out, and stands there until it has burned to ashes. And by the time it has, her face is just wet.
And a little bit sunburned. You're laughing, but I'm being serious. That was the kind of heat you were dealing with.
Can she hear any heartbeats in the area? Anything aside from us?
Make a perception check.
At advantage.
Yeah, I even shed light. So with it being dark, it was bright light for 15 feet and dim light for 15 feet.
DM, how do you define a dice being cocked?
If it's not lying flat on a face.
Okay. 14.
Okay. For the time that you guys are there and are bear witness to this, you don't hear or notice anything in town that will let you know anyone's alive. With that scene coming to a close,
Take 10 damage.
what are you all
Regardless.
doing standing here now?
Can Lars see the tavern?
Yeah, you guys are in the town square. It's on the southern road. It's all the way down.
So Lars would sort of like he would say like if there is anything that needs to be done, it needs to be done in the morning. Let's take our rest. And he'll walk over to where the bodies once were, take off his right boot, kind of awkwardly. He will pick up what looks like a coin to everyone, and he'll place it in the dirt or like cobble or anywhere. He'll just put it where their bodies were laid. He'll press it down, put his boot back on, and just say, "Immerse the cement," and just walk off towards the tavern.
All right.
Nikolai, after watching that, will just quietly depart from the group. Head towards the entrance to the town that you would come from Stenholm.
Okay. Yeah, the east.
Yep. He'll just go by there, and he'll just sit and watch. He'll it'd probably be note taking, and then he'll pick up a stone and just throw it and call it back to him, repeating over and over and over again.
Okay.
Yep.
Just to add on what Lars would do, he would already go inside the tavern and like book. Oh no, he wouldn't know about Kenny. Don't know if Kenny would like stay outside or Gwen would stay outside. So
Yeah.
he would probably just go to the bar and wait.
Yeah,
He
I was gonna pause on you to see what everyone else is doing first, because there is something I need to describe. I'm just curious as to who all I'm describing it to.
Okay.
Kenna's
Edelweiss.
meditating in front of the pile of ash now.
Yeah, there is not a lot of ash left. Like I said, most of it floated away into the sky.
Mm-hmm. She's still there in thought, though.
Gwen stays rooted there for about 15, 20 more minutes. What does Edelweiss do?
I'm probably just gonna check the nearby houses. Not exactly rummaging, but like, seeing how it was left the things that were there, who lived there. They're just kind of like trying to do something to do something.
Anyways, make an investigation check. Not too shabby.
I believe that's an 18.
I believe you.
Trying to think of where that map was. It was like the pile was quote unquote near the school, right?
It was in the center of town.
Okay. I'm thinking lower left is where they headed first.
Right. Again, a lot of homes there. Not exactly something that would be quick to go through.
No, they're just not. They're not like rummaging. They're just kind of like walking in, seeing what's around, using their foot to see something overturned and stuff. Not exactly looking for something, just looking around.
You find several homes, doors and windows smashed or splintered, interiors tossed and turned. In some homes, the signs of fight and bloodshed. Many things denoting that not a single family member survived inside of a home. They were all pulled from their resting places. All of them showed signs of 3, 4, 5. Eventually, the further south you get, the larger the homes became 6, 7, 8 people homes. And not a single sign of any of them surviving. Many of their moments of life were just kind of frozen in place. Several individuals clearly sitting down ready for a meal together, where the table was overturned, with food scattered asunder. In other places, a perfectly set table, the food still resting there, as if waiting for the people that were taken out of the homes to return to them to still eat. Beds where you could tell there were bundles of blankets where people hid once, both on top and underneath. And everything is just very morose. Obvious in that many people tried to hide, to flee, to save themselves or loved ones, and it just doesn't seem like anything they could do mattered.
They're just watching this was an emotional distance. They already kind of expected this, they already prepared for this, and from the sound of what Olaf, I believe, was
Olaf,
it seemed had felt, they already like kind of assumed. And, was their own preconception of what lichens can do. They just wanted to give it one last look around, I suppose. Besides trying to occupy themselves.
Okay. Well, let me know how long Edelweiss is going to go about that. Not a small town. A lot of homes.
Like, I don't know, they just take maybe a couple homes and head back and sit down on the corner of a house, just being close to the group.
When you received your answer, and remember everyone, we're trying to establish this to see who is heading to the tavern and who is not.
Yeah, Gwen, after a while, goes around and gathers anyone who's willing to sort of herd them back to the tavern. She starts, I guess, with Nikolai, since Edelweiss would have wandered off, and then if he comes back, goes together Edelweiss and saves Kenna for last. Probably 30, 40 minutes later by that point, she's still meditating.
He'd go after about.
Okay.
He'd follow.
By the time Gwen gets back to the town center where the bodies were, is Kenna still meditating?
Let's see. Kenna meditates for 36 hours, not hours, no. 36 minutes.
So,
I rolled a D100.
so
Yeah.
finishing around the time you come back, yeah.
Yeah. So under the presumption the other two have gone ahead without her, Gwen sort of waits for Kenna to stand up and... Are you coming back to the... Are we going to be resting under the same roof tonight?
Probably not, but I will still spend time with the party until then. At some point, I may have to get used to sleeping indoors, but I'm still not a fan.
We have a ways on the road left yet before we're anywhere particularly civil.